Let's see. Let us see. Let's see if we are live, fellas. Now. Whew. This will definitely be a bit
Let's
early.
see.
Here we go. Okay. So, what is up today, guys? You see. God, dude, I have been so slammed. It's not even funny. Oh my gosh. Dude, we have so much stuff I want to go over within like the next couple weeks. Uh, uh, how is everybody? How is everybody? You all doing great today? You all doing wonderful, I imagine? Dude. Yep, what's up, Mr. Sneaks? What's up, Damien Decay? What's up, Nabi? Dude, I low-key wasn't even paying attention to chat. What's up, Platinum Amex? I keep forgetting to ask who makes your thumbnails. Nabi makes a lot of like the cool art, and I just kind of like, fuck around and just, merge it together, see what happens. Nice one, Fishy. But yeah, no, so for full transparency, right? For full transparency, right now we're going to be going over that Lord Crust call, but in the future, I want you to expect definitely more Minecraft stuff because I had a lot of fun having Sam on for the last one, for like the race stuff. I definitely want to go over, so you guys have probably seen the infamous Sinister Six stuff, where it had Jar, Internet Adjacent, Dreamers, EV, like, all these other people that, like, Vincent Martin, all these people that, like, hate us, right? All these people that really fucking despise us, right? Now, I definitely fully intend on going over that, and I have been given some stuff that, fuck me, man. Like, I have been given something that makes me question life, but today, right, I want to go over this for sure. I want to go over this. Oh, thank you for the 10, Platinum Amex. Ace, I dropped $10. Have you seen it? Yes, I've seen it. Well, this I've only saw parts on Falgy Stream, and I want to go over the full thing. The leaks, though, I've only seen like what clips that people have sent me, which is Bleak and parts of Lio's stream. Right? It's fucking bad. There's unironically like 11 days of content or 14 days of content. I can't remember what he said. There's so much that was given. Oh, thank you for the 2, Thy Tempest. Stay tuned and watch the Blueberry Twink Babble. Yeah, buddy. So, definitely want to go over those. It's either going to be within next week or the week after. But I'm trying to grind some stuff out. But yeah, there's also a whole bunch of other fucking slideshow commentary stories that I've been getting vetted. There's some deep dives and some continuations of tying up loose ends that I want to do. We'll definitely do that. I have that Lumia Starbun video that has been basically been talked about. That's almost done. The art's finishing up. My buddy Amos is finishing his segment, and that should be out within sooner than later, because that I would love to talk about that. I'm so excited. Jar has SBC. Real SnowBunny mind control, dude. Unironically, dude, this guy has SnowBunny mind control. So I wanted to talk about this, right? Because the parts I've seen on Falgy's stream when I was there, right, seem very fucking bleak. So I want to watch this from beginning to end. I don't know if I have much intention to watch the actual video itself, like the 6-hour video. Maybe if, like, I get enough people requesting it, I might give it a look. That would take fucking forever, but why not, right? I'm not opposed to the idea, right? Let me start, Bun. Haven't heard that name in years. Yeah, true. Oh, what's up, Kiki? What's up, Damien? What's up? Which SnowBunny is it now? Dude, it's Cine. Okay. Dude, this is like full circle. If you guys know anything about like my ACC lore, Cinebear was like the first topic that I covered in Art CC. So to see this still going on over a year later, dude, I don't know, man. That's fuck me. But yeah, let me give these DMs a read. We'll have time off in 2 days. I'll let you know. Alrighty, cool. Works for me. Sorry, rest of the day, Christmas gift. I should be ready in a day if nothing comes up. Okay, no worries. So yeah, this was the 21st of December. No worries. So I mean, like tomorrow, any specific time zone. This is the pre-call list. You have to just talking, yada yada. Just send me a list. Send me the list. We can call around lunchtime. Okay, so they ask about the calls with like Chud Logic and Himpleton, which that will definitely be talked about a bit more. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the 20th, Mr. Sneaks. Listen, if it was gonna be some nerdy chick Troy was sent before, I'd understand, but Cindy, come on, dude, she's chopped as fuck. She's unironically super fucking chopped. I don't know how anyone, like, even Kumo, I'm disappointed in these guys. I don't know how the fuck any of these people fell for that bitch. But yeah. But yeah, you see, as you can see, I'm dressed up quite nicely for this event, right? It's like I'm going to a funeral, okay? This is the same drip I'll try to be wearing for the Spurg stuff. But yeah, anyways. Continuing on. They're asking about, like, oh yeah, we know this stuff. So if you guys know anything as well, we've literally A-logged a lot of his past for like the last month, so we should have context at the ready, right? But yeah. I still don't get her coming back. She should just have left it, bro. No, dude, her channel got, like, terminated. See, that's the thing. Lumi Starbun's channel got fucking terminated. And she's been, like, MIA. I've been trying to, like, contact her about it. Like, I've already had, like, an interview with Lumi Starbun to be very fully transparent. And I've been asking for, like, key details. But she's just been, like, MIA as we speak. But yeah. Let's continue. Let's continue with the actual jar 10. The Lumi stuff, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. You guys will see the video when it comes out. Oh. Hey Ace, do you think Just a Sweeper would stay gone for good? Or would he slowly become another infamous Horror Cows or Lol Cow? Dude, he's already in the Sinister 6 group chat that we're going to be looking over later. It's over. Jar's still aching from maggot-filled shinishi. Okay, buddy. Yeah.
Hey, how's
Yeah.
it? Oh wait, hang on. I can. You sound like you're in like a drain or something.
Dude. I'm gonna 1.25 this. Dude.
How about now?
Yeah, that sounds good.
There we go, buddy. There we go.
All right. Well, should I just get straight into it then?
Hi, Thuman.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Do you hold any animosity towards creators like Chud Logic, Queeman, FPS Diesel, Cope and Seethe, or Diesel Patches?
Let's hear it. We know your real
Logic
feelings.
spread rumors that I cheated on my GF with a pedo, even though he claimed Cindy wasn't a pedo not too long ago. Cindy herself didn't feel like I was making a pass at her.
Okay, so spread rumors or joked about it? Because, okay, there's a lot of people that would put, like, simp in the thumbnails and stuff like that, and I know you take that, like, very, like, seriously because it's, like, targeted against yourself, but, like, that was... You're even pointing it out. He would say that he doesn't think that she's a pedophile. So yeah, that would be a joke, right? Like that. Why are we still on this? Like way after. Fuck me.
And neither did my girlfriend. I love my girlfriend. I live with her, and I would never cheat on her with anyone. Chud spread rumors about me that I had a rape and fart fetish based off of me saying I don't have a rape fetish, but I do understand that when I said didn't, it did sound like did, so I can understand that one. But then there was me just sending one funny fart image or to like someone, and it was like that was enough to claim that I
To
had
a 15-year-old,
which kind of funny, not gonna lie, but I don't have one. It also was kind of weird to bring up because I sent that image to a 15-year-old, so it kind of seemed like he was trying to imply that I was trying to get a minor to engage with my fetish. And I do understand that the guy is content pilled and doesn't does it to boost his numbers.
okay.
But I think doing around 20 plus videos on me is a bit overkill.
There's streams, dude. There's streams. Okay, you say that it's overkill, right? But it's a situation that's ongoing and happening in the moment, right? It started with Cinebear, then like you got involved, and then all these things about you started coming out, right? Then there were so many angles being focused on with the Cinebear support squad, then like the actual like Birdie group chats and all this shit. There were so many angles that was being looked into. City was like unironically a story that developed like 60 side characters. So it's like when you say it's overkill, people were just going through it. Would you say it's overkill for the people that went through like the Parlo and internet adjacent stuff as heavy as they did? Because oh my god, now we're talking about Vexium Swift. That's a whole completely different angle. Oh, we're looking to Avalon. We're looking to Wolfgang's past. It was a similar dilemma. It's not because it's like, oh, let's fucking destroy Jard. Who's in here? Who's in here? Oh, it's fucking you.
It's me, dumbass.
Yeah?
It's me, dumbass. I just put something in a side chat. You should listen to it on stream now. I found you singing.
I'm not listening to that. You should actually, dude. He's actually gonna come up and be like, "Are you still watching my video?" Dude, this fucking guy, dude. This fucking guy. Anyways, back to this. Yes, no one's like targeting you specifically. Okay, that's just not what's happening. Yo, what's up, Cloudy?
I don't like the guy, but he's a live streamer like Destiny, Vaj, and Hassan. I know what's
Your
going to
favorites?
be coming for him in a few years down the line, and
Dude, what do you
it's
mean by
something I'm
that?
gonna wish on my worst enemy. I've seen what happened to other live streamers, and what's going to happen to him is just going to be unfortunate. Not saying I
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Yeah, we all know what's happening to that guy as I conjure up this nuke.
want it to happen because, like, I don't really have hatred for the guy, and I know his community likes me just based on the screenshots I've been sent from his Discord.
Okay.
But I just can't figure the guy out, really.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, he's
And
Twitch
as,
bull.
yeah,
Yeah, sorry, keep going.
and as for Kuimon, I don't really know that much about him. Last I heard, he changed sides, and a lot of people hate him now. As for FPS Diesel, he claimed my GF looked prepubescent in an attempt to make me look like a pedophile. He said
Well, is she?
he would face stalks her if I made another bad take.
There's no way. Okay, I'm going to give good faith and imagine he said that in a joking context and Jars being, you know, either over-exaggerating with it for sympathy points. There's no way that a creator who actually would care about their credibility be like, I'm going to dox your girlfriend if you do say another bad take. Actually, wait, Aiden. Anyways.
What? Did,
Bro's own chat. Yeah?
that sounds crazy. Oh, sorry, keep going.
Yeah, his own chat turned against him for that. And I told you about that in private, and you said, oh, I think that he just means drama. Well, I made some more drama content, and by his own logic, I guess he agrees with every take I've made. Like, none of them could be bad takes by his own logic.
When you said when you mentioned the doxing thing to me in the DMs, I thought you were like, I didn't know you were talking about FPS Diesel. I thought you were just talking about like you just said someone was trying to blackmail you with like your girlfriend's docs, and I was like, well, that sounds fucked up.
Call it? Yeah, like
What?
what else would you call that? If I said to you, hey, dude, if you make another bad take, I'm going to release this personal information about your significant other. Would you?
There's no way. Dude, does he ever supply a clip? Does he ever provide anything? Is there ever anything shown for this? Dude, because all I'm going to take it as right now, because it's not the first time he's taken a joke and maliciously framed it like it was a genuine attack. Like, this is actually... this is actually fucking insane. Yeah, it's blackmail. Are we for real? Are we fucking for real, dog? Holy shit. OMG Ace, you look like an emo trick with that character still. And I mean that in a nice way. Well, thanks, buddy. We're dressed up for a funeral, okay? His own chud logic. True.
Consider that blackmail? If I
DMs, buddy. Why is everyone saying DMs, dude? You only DM me when I'm live. Teehee kicks rock. What the fuck's this about? Context Beckett interview with Diesel. Okay. Let me let me like forward that to the emote call-ins, and I'm gonna take a look at this nuke. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at this threats to dox his girlfriend. Okay, I am not showing that fishy. Holy fuck! No, we're not doing that. You're getting called a slur. Okay.
Get in contact with him, I did ask Cope and Seed about it, and he managed to not only explain the context of the situation to me,
Okay, let's
but
take a look.
got in a call with FPS Diesel himself so he could provide his side of the story.
So, FPS Diesel, buddy. Recent claims have been made against you that you in some way threatened to dox Just a Robot's girlfriend, I believe on the basis of if you gave any bad, like further bad drama takes,
No
you'd
way.
release information about her. I believe that's the claim.
Wait, that's like the actual like
There's
blackmail.
no way.
Okay.
Seemingly so. I dropped some DMs into the chat.
Yeah. Let
There's
me
no
let
way.
me see what these say. Someone said they'll send out my GF docs if I have another bad take, which could mean anything. That's whack. Although I don't know what you're supposed to do about it. I mean, do they actually have her docs? Like they sent it to you? They could just be saying shit. Yes, they do. I know you don't care about me as a person. We never had a real chat, but I think things have gone too fair if her docs got leaked. I'm gonna read it exactly as written.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah, if he did do it, yeah, that would be too fair, right? But what the fuck? Dude, there's no way he took an obvious joke and is running with it. I mean, this is not the first time he's done this shit. This is not, I mean, again, we just saw it. Like, he does this with, like, the simp stuff. Where it's like, everyone says I want to fuck a pedophile. I don't want to fuck a pedophile, you fuck! But yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
Well, yeah, I agree things would have gone too far if her docs gets leaked, but I don't know, you had to explicitly tell viewers not to reach out to individuals I cover. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Let me just speed through this and read it. I think blacking people into things isn't cool. I'm going to keep working on my new channel. I'll update you if something new happens. I assume you mean blackmailing people.
What is Jar? What is blacking people? What does that mean? What does that mean?
Okay, no. So, first of all, I don't have her docs. I don't know what her name is, or her age, or anything for
Don't tell me you just know her Discord account, and that would be the docs.
that matter, right? Also, she used to put out ACC content publicly on the internet and had her face on the YouTube channel. She did like a song cover.
Right, okay.
Sure.
Okay.
But her face was on the channel. She participated in the ACC, and she was a yapper in like some ACC circles, like in circles.
Yeah, she's like, I remember when the drama kicked off around this stuff, and particularly around the sex pest claims, and a few people were like, oh, well, Jar has a girlfriend. Because I remember saying, like, I don't want to know who she is.
Right.
A lot of people within the ACC were aware of her because she was friends with them, and I believe...
Yeah, and they got leaked. It was leaked of who they were because of a person named, like, Banter Snark. And it's just like, lol. But yeah, no, yeah, I know the Discord account. I'm not going to bring more attention to who they are because I don't really care and feel like that they deserve the same thing that Jar's getting. But obviously, if you put yourself in a position where you're defending someone, it's like actions, you're going to get some flack anyways, naturally. Right? So that was like the main gripes that people had with her. But it seems like, yeah, this is just becoming more and more disingenuous. I thought that maybe they met at VidCon or something, you know, all as friends, but no, this is, fuck me, man.
When this particular incident happened, it was right off the bat of her being in Cat's Lair. I think it was Cat's Lair anyway, and chatting to a load of people and being like, no, Jar's not that bad, I'm working with him now. And he's and he had to get a job, he had to get a real job.
Well, explains why Jar works a job. Right.
She was like, yeah, he has to get a proper job and things, he can't just do YouTube.
Okay, yeah, so I was cracking wise on that because I didn't believe that he had a girlfriend, and if he did, that it must be, and to be clear, I was joking, right? Oh, and you're like, oh, you know, she must be like fucked in the head if she's dating Jar because he's such a dysfunctional lunatic, right?
Right.
And I found the channel with her on it, and I thought it was fucking hilarious. And Jar, I knew, was like very like, don't talk about my girlfriend. Ooh. And I had also known that she was like talking about it in like all these ACC shitter circles.
Yeah.
So I cracked wise about it, saying, Jar, I'll show the world your girlfriend. But like her channel had like fucking like 200 subs on it. Okay, and ACC people already knew who she was. It's not like it was a dox. And yes, I did say that she looked prepubescent because she does.
Can we see proof? Can you imagine how much of a fucking aura farm it would be if Lord Crust was like, so this is the channel that they were talking about. Oh, thank you for the 2, Bummer Man. I mean, Jar has some experience from Dr. Dreadlock's. Yikes. Sitting there as she said Jar isn't evil while she was trying to act like she wasn't dating him was annoying. No, I know, that was like the main gripe people in Cat's Lair had with her. Which I understand why someone decided just to be like, you know what, fuck you! Alright, I'm leaking that you're his girlfriend. And then she just got like a whole wave of just fucking rape, right? Like everyone just was, everyone just fucking dogpiled her and was like, "How could you date this guy? Are you really trying to tell me that you see nothing wrong with this guy? Are you kidding me?" It was bleak. It was bleak. Keep my girlfriend's name out of your fucking mouth. Okay, to be fair, right? To be fair, I get not wanting your partners wrapped up in your fucking mistakes, right? That's not what I'm getting on him for, to be very utterly clear. What I am having an issue with is he took a clear joke and is maliciously framing it like this guy's blackmailing with a dox when he's just talking about like a public YouTube channel being like, "Buddy, if you do something," rabbit with clock emoji. Like, yeah, that's the issue I'm having.
All right, she looks like a background character in Midsummer. She took the channel down after she
Wait.
looks like a background character in
Is this her? Any of these could be her.
Midsummer. She took the channel down after I
Fuck.
talked about this. The channel went down. But she had like a big turtleneck on, and her forehead was huge, and she had a lot of pimples on it. Okay, so it was a mean spirit.
Lol? That's fucked up. Ace, what the fuck is that title name? It's the title, dude. It's what I decided to suit up for this. It's awesome. To be fair, from my memory, it wasn't that bad. I think there was a lot of wrangling during that. No, there were some unhinged people, and the moderators were like slapping the unhinged people. Because some people were just like actually having a conversation about his actions, while some people were like, "How the fuck could you even date a lolcow like this?" Like, just like insinuating that they should break up, and it's like, okay, dude, let's calm down a bit. All right, let's calm down. She's like, "Look, I've known him for a long time. He's helped me through some rough times." Real. See, something I don't understand though, I don't think that like she's an evil person. Obviously, you're gonna find a very common sense of like Pookie Crusade, right? What I don't understand is, why would Jar's girlfriend willingly go in spaces and threads that were anti him to do this stuff? Like, I just that just doesn't seem healthy, for one, and for two, that is such a risk. You were just asking for it. It's one thing to be in the servers, right? But to actively defend their wrong actions? Like, we're not just talking about subjective opinion. We're talking about objectively wrong things. You're just asking to like get slapped. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm surprised it honestly stayed a secret as long as it did. It was definitely gonna burst at any moment, and her defending them definitely was increasing that chance. I don't agree with Banter Snark making it public, but of who she was, right? Like that she was the girlfriend. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with insinuating they need to break up. But it's like, I don't understand why you're going to go in these anti-Jar spaces and basically play defense and not expect people to be like, "Who the fuck are you? What are you doing?" It's a very weird place. Like, it's a very weird thing to do. To be fair, dating anyone besides Red Rock is hard to believe. True. Literally, it's got to be mentally taxing to force yourself into these spaces. Dude, if I, like, I don't know. I don't really like it if, like, someone would, like, I wouldn't like it if someone said something about, like, a partner of mine. Like, I would just get mad. I wouldn't like seeing the negative talk about them all the time. So I can't imagine willingly putting myself in threads being like, "Well, hold on, you're getting this part wrong, you're getting this part wrong." Like, it's just too much, Fuck me.
Heard a joke. But I don't care where she is, what her name is, what her age is, any of that, all right? But to say that I had her face doxed is ridiculous because it was publicly associated with all this ACC crap.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, cool.
Before even receiving this clip in context, to be honest, I was fairly certain that Ja was exaggerating in some regard.
Okay, yeah, so that's the context. It was a joke. All right, it was a joke. And he was going around about that in DMs and stuff, framing it like it wasn't. Dude. Not surprised. Again, not surprised. This is just something that he does. It's interesting how, like, blatantly, like, wrong it was. Like, just how you could just, like, slap it so easily. But, like, it's just, dude, come on. That's the start of the interview. Okay, that is the start of the interview. How the fuck am I supposed to trust what this guy says coming from next, right? Like, the very beginning, he's trying to spread this lie about someone he dislikes, that they're blackmailing him and trying to dox his girlfriend. How am I going to trust anything else this guy says? We're not even 5 minutes in. All right, that's crazy.
I said, "Dude, if you don't do this, I'll do that."
I mean, yeah, that's pretty. I don't know if it's. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like blackmail to not make drama content or something, but I don't know. But I mean, I would just recommend you do that anyway. But do you have anything else to add on to that?
Well, you asked about diesel patches. That was the last one, I think, aside from Kumo. But
And
diesel
Copenhagen as well.
you didn't add that to the list.
Sorry, I forgot to mention that on the list. Yeah, I wrote some more stuff on the questions when I was preparing to talk to you today, because to be honest, I was kind of lacking on that regard.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm just happy someone gave me the questions ahead of time beforehand. And as for diesel patches, he did a video on me when I said I think things are a little overblown. But
Jar is always finding different ways with these calls, right? Different ways. I've never seen a man try so many different attempts and to lose every single one. Like with me, he wanted to have a casual test the waters type call, right? And it was kind of awkward because it was like there was just such a huge elephant in the room, right? It's like he wanted to like know what kind of person I was, and he was trying to explain what type of person he is. I have no intention of leaking that call because he does, for some reason. I think he does have an oversharing problem. I know details about him that I wish I didn't, and I'm not that much of a dick. All right, and this is not like funny, haha, embarrassing details. This is just depressing stuff. And you should not be saying this type of stuff on day one of meeting someone, let alone people that are objectively your critics, right? No intentions of leaking that call because of stuff like that being like scattered through the whole call. Now, still, we had that confrontation call, and he hasn't really been a huge fan of me since. So it's like, despite feeling out the water, it's like it didn't work out for him. I think he did that with another person, but then befriended them. But then now it's like he's like, well, give me the questions ahead of time, and he's still lying about it. This guy just cannot keep a story straight. It's kind of mind-blowing. I cut out parts of my call with him. Yeah, Yen, I believe that. Yen. The guy genuinely needs to stop pouring his heart out to like every commentator that comes to him to be like, hey, I want to talk to you about your internet presence. Well, can I tell you some fucked up things about my real life? Preferably not. Like, the fuck? I like, fuck me. Also, did you know he said that he did not send nudes, making believe he did send nudes? I have no idea what the fuck what? He said that he did not send nudes, making believe he did send nudes. What? Oh, right. I remember that. He was, because he gets like overly specific. Like with trying to like combat certain claims. He'll see like a person with like one like say something and be like, oh, that's the narrative going around, I have to go against it. That's either an attempt that he just genuinely cannot tell that's not the mass, or he does this thing that like Parla will do, that there would be like low like comments and try to frame that as like the main like loud voice so that they could victimize themselves easier. Whether he does that intentionally or not, that's up for you guys to decide, but it's definitely a self-victimization tactic. But yeah, fuck me. I'd wear the suit better than you. No, my suit looks fucking great, dude. You stick to dresses, little bro.
The dude is funny as fuck. He did say what I did wasn't unforgivable, and I have a chance to make a comeback. So honestly, he's kind of all right in my book. I still watch Diesel patches from time to time. I just don't think he understood the full story.
Sure.
Would you like me to get into Kumo or what's his face Copen Seas first?
So as long as they say that you're not epically flamed, they're still good in your book. Okay. What I was trying to say is this: Jar said he did not send nudes, making many users believe he did. Yeah, he does that, right? Yeah, and like I believe in Yen's call, he would say like, you know why no one's found any evidence of this? Like, whether it's like, of like me being in a furry porn. And like the answer he's thinking of is because there isn't any. But like what everyone else would come to think of is like, because you hit it well? Like, the fuck? It's just such a weird thing to specify. I was going to say, since when did you become a side character from Black Butler? I'm just dressed up for a funeral, Mahi. I'm just dressed up, okay?
Yeah, I was gonna ask about Kumo in a bit anyway, but I reckon actually, yeah, while we're here, Copen, might as well go through Copen's Heath, yeah.
I thought, like, I watched his video and he's like, oh, Jar's the real backstabber. He just projects that people backstab him
You
because
are.
one time he got into a Twitter argument with someone, therefore he's the real backstabber. And I was like, what?
Dude, I fucking hate this person, but explain doodle tones. All right? You literally had a call with doodle tones, the most civil, kind, calm, lighthearted call ever, because doodle tones was your editor. You were checking up on them because they were sick, you were wondering how they were doing, you were trying to see if they were okay, and then shortly after, you make this video just clowning on their grave, right? Now, that's not me trying to say that Doodle Tones doesn't deserve it, but like, that is a snaky thing. You saw an opportunistic ability and just fucking took it. You took it. You are a little bit of a backstabber, I cannot lie, right? Or, when it comes to like Lio, right? Which I'm sure you guys have seen some things in the leaks. You literally wish you could have fucking went against him when the crowd was against him, doing the whole long live the king thing. Dude, you suck. You just are a backstabber. Like, name it. There are some people, okay, I will give you, right? Some people that fucked you over, all right? There are some people like that. There are some people that fucked with you. But there are just some things that you started and you just can't take the L on. And you're just surprised that people are still mad at you because you don't understand what the issue is. That is just part of it. Dude. At least you're now watching my character's aesthetic. What do you... matching my character's aesthetic? Oh, fuck off, dude. This is more MCR coded, so I could use the emo excuse still.
Or when he brought on, what's his face? Toasty something, like Toastify or some shit, and he was like, oh, Jar always came across as a snake in the grass, and I was like, dude, why is this even in here? Like, I don't think I've ever spoken to this guy. And even Turkey Tom was like, I've never got that impression from Jar. The only, like, everyone said, oh, he's really charitable, but like, as soon as he got some backlash for that whole Destiny thing, he went right back to talking about me. He claims like, oh, if Jar talks about you, he's going to talk about you forever. Bro is still bringing me up in videos about like, I heart Kim Possible a lot. I have nothing to do with her.
Okay.
Yeah,
so I always kind of found it like his video on me to be ironic, and I don't know why every live streamer like promoted it as like the definitive video on Jar. It's like, oh, Jar C.
Because it highlights the pattern of you will wait for dramas to end, right? You will objectively wait for them to end. A good example of this, which was not in the video, but a good example of this, because I remember this a while back, was John Swan. You waited months for the concluding factor, just for you to like sweep in and say, I knew the whole time, I wish I could have said something sooner, but I don't know, I just wasn't able to, right? That is just something you do. You show up at the end acting like you always have picked the right side and that you always knew, to try to make it look like you took a dub, to try to make it look like you took glory points. Well, it's kind of fucking easy to take the W when you've already seen the victory, right? It's kind of fucking easy to have the right opinion when it's already done. Toasty Vanilla, calm down, Yen. No, calm down. Lord Crust using Noise Marine, you're nice. Mic settings, no, true. Lio haters are more obsessed with Lio than his fans. True. They do more fan art too. But fuck. Fuck. But yeah, the video goes to show a couple things very well. All right, it shows a pattern of behavior of like your like actions that you've done in the past. And he does highlight things that people have had issues with you. Could there be videos to maybe better represent some arguments about you? Maybe. It's probably not the perfect video, but it does show the things that happen in VidCon pretty well. It shows you're trying to take glory pretty well when it just isn't true. All right, when you just take no dub, but yeah, whatever, right? Oh, thank you, Calvary. SnowBunny Mind Control. Thanks, buddy. Thanks. Thanks for the 2. But yeah. Dude. 3 a.m. is about to become a sleepy time stream? Yeah. Jar would know something about sleepy time calls. But yeah, fuck me. Dude. But yeah, no, it's like, yeah, it's a pretty solid video. And you're just mad that someone that wasn't like just Down syndromed or already like fucking super hated made it. You're just mad that people took it seriously and actually see you for who you are.
revenge against people. According to this person, I'm not going to provide any examples or go into detail. It
Wait,
was
hold
a
on.
lot of people are like promoted it as like the definitive video on Jar. It's like, oh, Jar seeks revenge against people. According to this person, I'm not going to provide any examples.
Jar, you have literally said in the Lio call that you have been driven by nothing but hate and revenge for the past 10 years. What are you talking about? Bro, you hold grudges like a fucking glue to your hand. What are you talking about?
Or go into detail. It was a lot of claims with like very little evidence in my book.
Okay.
But I don't know him as a person very well. I haven't interacted with him that much, so I don't really have. And it's really hard to have animosity towards people I've never met because I don't know what's going in their mind. I don't know what's in their heart. Maybe he was lied to. Maybe he was misled. I have no idea.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And I guess do you want to go into Kumo then?
Blackish versus Jar, who do you have money on? Dude, Blackish with his terminated under the water channel would still fucking mog Jar, okay? Let's be fucking for real, okay? You see, the way Blackish hates on someone, the grudges are not only funny in my opinion, but like, he doesn't hold back, alright? He just actually claps back. Jar does this like little gay stuff, where he'll just like wait for them to actually be in heat. Blackish will not. He'll just swing even if they're not in heat. Alright? I love how the one and only time Jar decides to take initiative and cover a drama before it's concluded is when he defended a groomer law. Maybe it's a sign. Well, actually, he thought that the tides were turning that Kumo won. He thought Kumo was the winning factor, right? So it was still the same mindset, right? It's obviously still his actions he should take full accountability for. But he was still operating under that same mindset and still lost. All right? Especially with how he did it with Anthony. True. See, Black is just still going to be hating on Anthony despite his channel being gone, okay? That's not going to change his opinion.
Yeah, honestly, Kumo, in my book, is the reason why everything happened to me. If he didn't leak
No, it's not. You are the reason.
that draft of my video, I would have been able to reach out to Jack and Eno like I said I would, and I was also in the process of doing, which I already proved in my first response. And if Kumo didn't exist, none of this stuff would be happening to me. Bro called Eno a little slut or something.
What? If there's evidence for that, that obviously would be fucking crazy, but no. I'm kind of tired of you just blaming Kumo for it. Like, this is just... See, I feel like, guys, I am in a time capsule. Okay? I feel like that nothing has changed from last year of September. Okay? Or sorry, last year of November for him. I'm thinking of Cinear when it's September 18th or whatever. No, but like last year for him. Alright? It feels like a fucking time capsule because he has been saying the same shit over and over again. It's Kumo's fault. Kumo leaked it. Alright? Well, dog, you literally said at the end of your video, if you have a problem with you, just to make sure that they knew that you watched it, right? Because of how cocky and confident that you were, you would say, put hashtag pineapple juice to challenge me. Kumo leaks it, says hashtag pineapple juice, and you run like a bitch. Alright? Now, him uploading that does not necessarily mean in response you had to go like, oh fuck it, we ball, let's upload it right now anyways, instead of just explaining yourself. This is fucking stupid. I have a new soundbite, fishy. I'm not checking your DMs, you lost ability. But no, it's like, yeah, Ace be hearing that if you close your eyes line from the Pompeii song. Real. If you close your eyes, how to always feel like nothing changed at all. Dude, it's fucking stupid. Huh. But yeah, no. You had so much confidence. You were so cocky with this. You had a challenge you put at the end of this video. And people did challenge you. And now you're trying to be like, oh, that wasn't the final rendition. Fucking cuck.
The guy claimed my plan was to rape Cine, even though my plan was to get on her side.
I have seen that clip, yeah.
That's nobody's side. Okay, two things. One, that wasn't meant to be public. And two, Kumo was having a girly pop talk by saying, hey, alright, This guy is acting weird. He unironically did girl code to a T. He saw a guy be creepy and weird and was like, hey, don't trust that guy one-on-one, okay? You might actually be, he might do something to you, and what would you do if he did, right? Like, it was like a girly pop talk. Now, you could say it's cooked that he had that talk with a child groomer, right? But that, he didn't just objectively say, oh, you're gonna rape, okay? Fuck me.
Yeah, so I could get the contact info of Eno and Jack, and also get their side of the story. That's what I was in the process of doing. Like,
Right.
and I showed that. I was like, hey, after I made this draft, I was like, okay, like I need to reach out to Jack and Eno now and get their sides of the story.
Reaching out to Eno would have been a horrible idea, but I know you did it anyways. And reaching out to Jack, I've tried. They have just directly said that they have no interest with talking to commentators, right, at all about this, and they were never going to talk to you. I don't shame you for attempting, but that just would have gone nowhere. So you would have been stuck with the same results, unironically. Oh, thank you for the 5 gender fluid authority. Jar's not very good at playing both sides. Like, at least don't tell people you're playing both sides, real. To be fair, Kumo said Jar could have raped you, lol. No, unironically, it's girly pop talk. It's girly pop talk. It's like, it's girl code, right? You just, if you're at like a bar and you're going with a friend, you should go be with a friend. If you're a girl, right, it's safer that you go with other female friends, because I'm not saying that all men are creeps, but you never know. You never know. That risk exists, right? It's just basic girl code, right? That is why you would do that. That is why you would go with your friends. So Kumo was more or less approaching on the side of, hey, this guy's acting like a fucking freaking creepazoid to you. What if this did happen? He could have done this. Anyone could have done anything, right? But he didn't definitively say Jar was going to rape you, right? That's not what he said. But he did give girl talk, and you could unironically say it's criticizable again because he's giving that type of talk to a child predator. That's the cooked part. But he didn't outright say Jar's gonna rape, right? He didn't say that. Yeah, Jar couldn't play both sides of a penny. True. Why would you make an edit of whole video before talking to everyone? No, yeah, it's weird as fuck. Me letting know the girl is just a racist, likes to talk about pussy. True. Also, let's not forget Jar being a main member of Anti-Lio Syndicate. True? Groomer pop talk is absolutely fucking insane. Jar's the reason women could cover their drinks. Yeah, Jar just walks by and they put their hands over their glasses.
Yeah, so, okay, rolling it back a bit, you mentioned the 15-year-old that you sent file porn to.
Yep.
Do you, was that the kid that you had because Chocolate Latte mentioned that you had a Smash Bros beef with a kid on Discord? Was that the same kid?
No, it wasn't porn. It was just like
sorry,
a funny
fetish.
stock.
Yeah, fetish art. Yeah, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, it wasn't. There was no naughty bits being shown, and I just sent it because, and we didn't have a beef. We just played it together. Like, I used to play Smash Brothers Ultimate with people in my Discord.
Interesting.
Mostly, of course, if you see my gameplay, I fucking love playing as Hero. Hero is by far the most fun character to play with, but I don't think I had a beef with him through Smash Brothers.
Do you think when he was playing Hero, the only option, dude? Oh my god, it's so fitting that he chose Hero, dude. He chose the option kamikaze in real life. Fuck me.
I think we just played together, and I think I sent him that before I knew his age. And of course, like, both of the things that people have said, oh, you didn't check for the person's age, both of them happened in the same year. And ever since then, I haven't repeated that same mistake. I always am like, just in case, I better check your age, even if I can put this in a YouTube video without it getting age restricted. I still should just make sure, just for the PR and all that.
That's not exactly true. You have multiple instances of not checking the age. Now, Jaden animation thing aside, sure. Let's say you didn't know the age. Fine. Okay. This 15-year-old, that's a second case. You didn't check that they were 15? Interesting. Weird stuff. But, let's put that aside. If you guys remember, this is ancient knowledge at this point, right? In the second call that he's had with Himpleton, he had an editor, right? Edit a porn scene, Okay, because he was talking about a sexual topic of some sort, right? I think it was maybe a critique of a pornographic film, right? And the editor was editing that scene. Now, why do I highlight that? Well, it seems all well, good, and dandy, but then he finds out after this person edits it, he comes to terms of payment to try to figure it out. Okay, what do I pay you in? Finds out that the editor was 15. That was apparently never asked before the 15-year-old did this edit, all right? And that's weird because forms of payment would usually be a thing that gets discussed before they do the work anyways, not something that gets found out after the work. But, right, that was talked about, and that's another flaw. That is another case of him not checking the age of someone before giving them something fucking dangerous. Like, dangerous sounds like I'm being like over dramatic, but the point is, they gave them inappropriate content to look over without checking the age, and that was just so fucking fried. Okay? It was super fucking fried. Hear me out. Jared needs a Discord call. One more commentator. I'm confident this will fix his reputation. True. Mushrooms for everyone. Thanks for the 2, Mr. Snakes, and true. But yeah, dude. I mean, while we're going through this call, I might just find it because I know for a fact I tried it because, okay, I've tried to get Jar on live streams before. The guy has no interest. Oh, what's up, Sam?
That's Lord Crust, right?
Yeah, this is Lord Crust. What's up?
Yeah, right. I know he follows me on Trash Talk and on Samuel, right? But he looks like a greasy golem. It's like he's been tied up in someone's like sex dungeon and raped.
Dude,
What does he?
is this?
Have a shower, bro.
Is this what you wanted to say, bro?
Yeah. Well, bro, I clicked on your stream and I saw this guy that looks like he hasn't showered or washed in a while. And my critique for him would be, put your head under some warm water and get some soap.
Yeah. Okay, because
especially if he's going to be doing face cam, bro. Disgusting.
No, yeah, I mean, maybe he wasn't ready. So I wanted to show something because chat, just so that I'm not just seeming like I'm pulling something out of nowhere, right? Because Jar's saying like after this sending the 15-year-old this fart stuff, this was like the last time, right? He essentially has an issue where he forgets to check someone's age, right? I did ask him about this when I was going over the second Hippleton call. Now, Sam, now that I have you here, do you want to read Jar and I just read myself? I sent it in email, Collins.
Yeah, let me look. Yep.
Okay. Can you explain the main concerning thing then? The 15-year-old editing a sex scene for you for a video. I feel that was not dug into enough. For the record, I didn't frame you like a pedo or anything, just need more context.
Through Tom's Discord, I joined a group chat with a few members from the last server. I knew that 2 of them were over 18 and assumed their other friend was as well. He edited an episode of a TV show for me, which included a TVMA rated sex scene. When I later found out he was under 18, I was shocked and immediately told him we could no longer work together. He just edited a review of an episode that contained a sex scene. He didn't make the scene himself or anything like that. It was just me not checking the age.
How would you not check he was 18? Wouldn't you talk about payment methods? Just confused.
This was over a year ago, and I just assumed he was above the age of 18 like his friends. I couldn't even recall his Discord handle.
Right. So, yeah, that is the reason why I highlight this. Also, first, thank you, Psychic Delic, for the 5. Hey, is Raph from the Sparkles Care stream? I died for a while because my ex doxed me. Real, true. Also, Gilla, that's fucked up. But Samuel, that's why they call him Lord Crust. Okay, buddy.
Oh.
Dude. Okay, but yeah, no, it's like, because, and are you going to stick around, Sam, or were you just saying that just to say that?
No, I joined just to say that, but I'll stick around for a bit.
Okay, because I was just seeing if I was going to share a screen. Because again, the reason why I highlight this, because, let me just skip back a few seconds, just in case, just to fill in some people that are just filling in right now, right? This is what was just said.
Both of them happened in the same year. And ever since then, I haven't repeated that same mistake. I always am like, just in case, I better check your age, even if I can put this in a YouTube video without it getting age restricted. I still should just make sure, just for the PR and all that.
Which is just a lie. He's only talking about the Jaden thing and the 15-year-old that he sent the fart pic to. I just highlighted a third case that he conveniently left out. All right, like that's stupid as fuck. You don't want to know why they call him slot mule? Okay, buddy.
I'm getting the sense that was your last trans friend that said that.
Okay, buddy. Okay, let's
Am
calm
I
down.
true? I'll take that as a yes. I'll take that as a yes,
Let's
buddy.
calm down. Let's calm down. He didn't even bother to talk about payment methods before starting the work. What a professional content creator. That's why I doubt it. Unironically, that is kind of like why I doubt that never came up. That's such a weird thing. But yeah, no, he didn't check their age. This is another assuming like scenario that he just leaves out. But yeah. Little liar, little Weasley. Dude, we're not even like 10 minutes. We're almost 10 minutes in. And it's just like, fuck. There's just so much lies. Ace, you didn't add the new emotes? Yeah, not yet. Sorry. But anyways, we continue.
Yeah, I mean, more than just PI, I think it is a good idea to check age, especially if you're gonna be sending around like sexual content or like fetish content. Because it just to reduce harm more than like necessarily the optics or whatever. But yeah.
I wasn't sending him it because I'm like, haha, look how sexy this is. I sent him it because I was like, dude, look how funny, fucked up this image someone posted in my Discord is.
Yeah. So did you actually watch that? Because I know you addressed it in your response video, but did you watch Choco Latte's like Cool with Given Ant?
Oh god.
Dude,
I might have to send this guy the Given Ant shower tutorial from when Ant filmed himself showering.
dude, you should send him the I know stream, but no, fuck me. Dude, look,
Christ.
I'm not gonna do some retrospective cuckery just because I don't like the guy. The interview, I mean, I will defend this still, and I defended this before, because some people criticize that he was too nice on Chocolate. In an interview context, you are naturally going to be a lot more civil so that the person doesn't run. That is just going to be the reality of it. Okay? That is the reality. Could better questions have been asked? Maybe. Sure. Probably. But I'm not going to rape him for the Chocolate thing. That I think is like one of the rare things that he did kind of decent on.
Well, I wouldn't know because I never watched it because I refused to watch Given Ant content.
We watched it on a dead stream channel called Misclick at first, but yeah. Oh, what's up, Gilded?
See, that's how forgettable it was.
I know. It killed the live stream channel. But Sweep space? Okay, buddy. Okay, calm down.
Look, we would happily pull up this interview right now, but Given Ant delete his channel for the Goat Cato Gok, right? Unfortunately, we can't. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Gone.
He's mourning Rusty.
Yeah.
He's on the Rusty bicycle.
Do you think when he deleted his channel, he was like, "You will now join the ranks with Rusty"?
I reckon he turned over to his wall, like that giant art piece of him and his dog floating off to heaven. Like giant cum tribute on the wall. He strokes it. It's okay. I'm sorry. I failed you. I let you down.
Dude, did Goat nuke yet? Probably not. I don't know. But yeah, let's continue. Also, what's up, Hidden? Let's continue.
Is that how you say the name? I knew about the end part. Now I watched clips of it and saw like I think Chud's reaction to it, but this was like a year ago, so I don't perfectly remember it. But I remember she even admitted like, oh yeah, I was over dramatic, and she claimed like, oh, like other people knew about this, and I will be getting their testimony, but like I don't even remember this. It was so many years.
That's fucked up. Holy fuck, Sam! You could have the prize of reading that dono because holy fuck.
Right, let me take a look and chat. You think him and Frick take turns riding the bike, bro? I reckon it's one of those like family bikes that's got more than one seat. And I reckon it is rusted to the max, bro. I reckon the wheels aren't turning properly. Fucking the tires falling off, man.
Dude, unironically, yeah. Holy fuck.
Does anyone ever watched, like, I'm assuming people have, E.T., where, like, he gets in the front? I reckon that's where, like, Ant is. He's right at the front of the bicycle. He's taking all the hits.
Turns is crazy, and don't question that. But yeah. Yeah, thank you guys for hitting the goal, and you win another goal to reach. But yeah, All right, let's. Fuck me. All right, you ready, Sam?
Oh, for the bird.
All right, I don't know how long you're gonna stick around, but just let me know if you dip. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Ago, so like, can the testimonies of other people from something that happened 4 years ago even be like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Moist Rust is fucked up, Gilded.
Accurate? I guess that's the word I could use. Accurate, because I don't even remember that happening, and it took me a while to figure out that this image was made around the same time I made my video about porn being drawn of Jade Animations and Wolfie Chew. And then I remembered, oh, I had that image commissioned because I was going to use it as a thumbnail, but then I decided not to because, well, how stupid would I be to be like, you shouldn't draw porn of these characters. Anyways, here's a not safe for work image of these characters that I use for a thumbnail. That would be stupid. So I ended up not using it.
Right.
Okay.
You sorry, I lost track. So actually, yeah, no, I do. I was gonna say, you mentioned in
You just didn't pay attention to his answer at all. Dude, yeah, you know, sometimes retards just be speaking too long and you just kind of space them out. It's like, huh? Anyways. Fuck me. What's up, Cloudy? Fuck me.
your fuck. It was okay. So I know that's right. He was like along the lines of, I guess that's why you like guessed. So it's like sort of you don't have a perfect memory of it. It's like sort of conjecture that you're assuming the reason you asked for the Jane Animations porn is because you're making, like, you wanted the thumbnail for that.
Yeah, because you look at that, I looked at that image and I was like, that looks like an image you would put in a thumbnail, and it took me a really long time, but then I found out, wait a second,
Dude.
This happened around 4 years ago. I also made this video 4 years ago, so like the timeline does seem to match up. So I think that's why I had that image, like,
Which is just, it kind of just feels like it's shot in the fucking foot. Like, if you're trying to shame people for, you know, making porn of Jaden and then asking for suggestive art of her for a thumbnail, like, I feel like you're just shooting yourself in the foot for the point you're trying to make.
You don't get it right. I disavow child porn, right? But you don't see what I'm doing behind closed doors, right?
Well, it's okay. We sweep. But anyways,
not really commissioned because they weren't getting paid for it. They were just getting the art
Nabi will not be free if the goals reached. Okay.
role. And but I definitely do not remember asking for fucking rape porn of Jaden. I definitely don't remember that.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure I didn't do that.
Pretty sure.
I'm very confident.
Dude, I don't know. It's like the reason why it's just not so out of like the realm of possibility is just because have you ever seen like a compilation of different clips of Jar essentially just going like, oh yeah, I love Jaden. Oh, she's the one for me. Oh yeah, she's like so cool.
Yeah.
It's like people are not really that shocked if it were the case. Fuck me. It's over.
Okay, because that's what I was gonna say. They also, I know that you addressed that in your video, but the one point that you did not address is that they claim to have made their age clear, like the age 17 clear in that call, where they also claim that you asked for Jane Animations rape porn. Do you have anything?
I thought I did it.
Oh,
I thought I did address that.
Oh, maybe you did. Maybe you did. Maybe I missed it. Sorry, but if I...
Lord Crust, no, stop! Don't fumble! Don't fumble. With a guy like this, you have to have him dead to rights. All right, you have to.
Well, look. If he'd had a shower before this, he'd be properly refreshed. You know, he'd feel awake, alive. But unfortunately, as is very evident by how he looks, he doesn't wash.
Yeah.
So he's not, you know, alive, awake. He's not ready to talk to an audience like Jar. He doesn't even know where he is.
Oh yeah. Fuck me.
I could address it again if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, like I don't remember a random call I was in 4 years ago. I think it would be pretty random for someone to say I'm 17 and for me to say, oh boy, you want to draw porn for me?
Hold on. Hold on.
A random call I was in 4 years ago. I don't think.
See, I'm gonna clip chip it so fucking bad. Hold on.
I think it would be pretty random for someone to say I'm 17 and for me to say, oh boy.
so close, bro.
Oh boy, another minor. I'm on that Rouse streak. Anyways,
You want to draw a porn for me? That like just the optics alone. Like I know some people told me like, dude, bring up that you live in Texas. The age of consent is 17. I would just look at them like, why the fuck would I say that? I'm not trying to fuck her, and I don't care if the age of consent is 17 over here because that's such a bullshit legality equals right argument.
got so passionate.
Right.
Like if she told me, like I don't remember her telling me I'm 17 and then me saying draw porn of me. That doesn't make any sense. I don't know why anyone would do that. I don't remember her making her age clear to me in that call. I don't even remember what we talked about in that call. All I remember was I don't even remember if that call even happened because there's not. She said it happened in a server. I can look back and see that we like in 5 years. I can look back and see that we had a call around this time. But if we had this call in a Discord server, I could not check for that because it doesn't like record when a call happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
You just did not. Did you digest anything? Dude, it's touched.
No, bro.
Whenever you just say, yeah, sure. Yeah. Dude, look, I don't even have any real issues with Lord Crust besides some L's that he's taken through this, but like this is just chopped. Like, it doesn't seem like, alright, it doesn't seem like he really wanted to have this conversation. Like, that's just kind of how it comes off to me. Which, I don't blame someone for not wanting to talk to Jar. But it just seems like you ask him a question, he gives an answer, it's like, yeah, whatever, okay, anyways. Like, was there, like, what was this?
The fact this went on for over an hour is shocking to me, because it just looks like he can't give less of a flying shit, bro. There's no way he's gonna care.
No, unironically, that's how it comes off.
There's no engagement. It's just it's like early trash talk, where like you ask a question,
100%.
and you get a response, and you just go 100%, brother. No, I get it. No, yeah, for sure. And then you just sit there and hope they keep waffling.
Yeah, no, literally. Since you're still here, I'll just do this for now, just to make it easy. But yeah, anyways, we'll continue. Fuck me.
Yeah, I mean, well, because what it seems a bit like you just send like a Google link, like a Google search, like out of nowhere after not having talked in like ages. So it does seem like you were in a call or something beforehand, but
Yeah,
prompted the message.
Yeah, I do think a call happened. I just don't remember when it happened, why it happened, or what we were talking about. And I did send that link because I was like, yeah, this is what I'm going to be talking about in my video. At least that's my best guess. I don't know for sure because I don't like really remember any of this stuff happening. But knowing myself, I'm assuming I said, hey, this is like a link to the stuff I'm going to be talking about, like the stuff I'm going to be making a video on.
Dude.
Right. Okay. So
okay. Anyways, Sam, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, like, why is he British? Because he's another Beckett clone. Okay. Fuck.
Who? Me?
Yeah, either I don't even. Is Lord Crust even British? I know he's definitely got an accent.
Well, I saw someone in chat saying that like he sounds like sloppy, right? I'm assuming it's me. If like a deeper voice or whatever. But like, I don't hear it. It's just a guy with a different accent that isn't like stereotypically like American.
Oh, right now, Joe, I just want to break down to the deep and grimy sides of it, mate. Like, I know that's more Australian, but still. Yeah, Aussie? Yeah, fair enough. G'day, Joe. Today I want to basically just talk about the deep dive down to your internet footprint. I heard that you're like a pedophile, mate. Thoughts? Like, oh yeah, anyways. Can you imagine if Josh is like, yeah, I'm guilty? Alright, whatever.
Yeah, moving on. Moving on, bro. Yeah, that's cool, bro.
Yeah, whatever, man. I'm fucking care.
moving on a bit.
Moving on. He actually said it. Fuck me. Okay, dude, I'm getting way too caught up on his interviewing skills. Fuck me. Okay, let's continue.
I recall you saying that you developed a hero complex. Would you say that's the case, or would you sustain that statement rather?
I mean, I don't. I mean, I do want to save people and help people.
Stop.
My dream job as a kid was to be a firefighter.
Dude.
Could you imagine being like some poor child, like in a burning building, and this guy runs in?
Wait a minute. Oh my god. You know, there's a thing that they say, Sam, that if you hate someone, it's because they shine your best qualities. Dude, he said he wanted to be a firefighter. Do we know any other commentators in this space that, was a firefighter?
Yeah, unfortunately we do, buddy. Oh my god, bro. Do you reckon Ant and him were like running into fires?
They just have like a fucking Mortal Kombat fight in the fire.
I'm sorry, if I was like some struggling person that needed rescuing and I saw fucking Jar and Given Ant running towards me, I'm throwing myself into the fire.
I hope you die in a fire! Dude, fucking... Why is he mogging? Don't worry about it. Fuck me.
But nowadays, I don't think people, at least most people, are worth saving. You can look this up if you want, but a guy saved a baby from falling to their death, and the mother of the child actually sued the guy because apparently, like, one of the baby's arms were broken, and the guy didn't pitch in for the medical stuff, even though he like saved the kid's fucking life. And she still sued him over it. And I was just like, yeah, you hear, and this is just one of many examples. Well, no good deed goes unpunished.
I mean, I've heard that phrase, but are you saying that that guy shouldn't have saved the baby?
No, he should have.
Okay.
He should have, but for his own. But like, like he saved the baby, but he was still punished for it. He had to go through all these like legal fees, and now the mother is getting countersued, and all of this nonsense is happening just because a guy did the right thing. Like, absolutely, the guy did the right thing. You should absolutely save people if you have the opportunity to. But
So how does this translate to internet drama of defending a child groomer? I can't wait to see that connection. Dude, Jar as a firefighter just means he'd only save people in the sex offender registry. Fuck me. If Given Ant came to save me from a fire, his fat would just cause the flames to burn more. Okay. That's fucked up, dude. No more fat jokes on it, guys.
No, bro. It would put it out because it's like a sponge.
He just eats it. Nom nom.
Eats the building.
I got to cook my steak on this. Fuck me. Yeah, let's keep going.
That's a given.
Yeah,
I was just fucking with you a little bit.
Jar, don't you get it? I was just rage baiting. Based. Okay. Fuck me.
No. Well, now Ino is someone who I think is worth helping for the most part. She has shared with me like stuff about what she was dealing with from the drama in her day-to-day life. All the kids at her school know about it, and she hates it. There's some other stuff she told me, but she made me promise her not to share it publicly. The other stuff, like, she was fine with this, but not the other big thing, and I'm not sharing that until she shares it publicly herself.
Okay, so this is the thing, right? This is the weird thing. Why? Like, so it's one thing. I already don't even agree with this, but it's one thing to reach out to the grooming victim, right? That's like 14 years old at the time, right? That's something I wouldn't personally do, and I wouldn't recommend. But it's more than that. He's letting this literal kid confide in him. Why? And honestly, it makes me wonder what type of nature of conversations they have, given my knowledge on Eno and what they talk about and some of their experiences that they've been through. Is he the type of guy that if they talk about their sexual traumas, Jar's going to shut it down? I'm very curious to see these DMs. I'm not going to say that he's like a pedophile or predator or anything like that. That's a little bit of jumping the gun. But I do think it's weird as fuck that you are letting a kid confide in you. Like, that's just fucking bizarre. Dude. But yeah. Hold on. Lord Crust mentions mixing up Cine's victims up when in call, so he thought Eno was 17 and therefore didn't say anything. Did this guy do any fucking research before talking to the guy for the 6-hour video? Like,
am I talking to Cine? You remember Cine? I'm Jar.
No, dude, imagine he just started the call with, so why'd you sext a 14-year-old? Like,
I'm actually 15.
Dude, you know who else spoke to Eno, Ace? North. Yeah, no, North deserves to be fucking, like, burnt over the coals for that. and anyone who defended them, yes, including you, Enla, 100% deserves to get their lashings for that. That's fucking insane. I don't understand the concept of, because North did a little bit worse, right? They reached out to them, had an interview with them, and wanted to talk about the porn that was sent to them. And it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're so fucking weird for that. That's like, why would you do that? Yeah, it's like, hey kid, let's talk about what you got groomed into real quick. Let's talk about it in explicit detail. It's stupid. It's fucking stupid as fuck. Don't do that shit. All right, and it's like, yeah.
Unrelated, but Cormax has put his channel back up.
Archive all the videos that you can archive, please.
Yeah, we'll do.
Best thumbnail Aces ever made. Thanks, Amos. Amos, you have a job. Archive all of Corbin X's channel right now. And he did it live. Yes, Gilded. I know. But fuck me. Yeah, but no, it's like, it does put into question. If you don't, so it's one thing, right? If he had a side detail wrong, right? Let's say that he mixed up a take that Quayman had instead it was Chud's take, right? No one would really care about that. But when it's the fucking, actual main crux of why the whole situation started, right? With, Cinebear groomed a 14-year-old, and you don't remember that the 14-year-old's 14? It does put into question of, did you even really look into this at all? Did you really do... It's weird, right? Because he did a video on Cinebear. He did a video on Birdie. So, hypothetically speaking, he should have the most packed research, in his arsenal right now as we speak. So, how the fuck do you mix up a key component like that? This is not me expecting some random chatter or, some person to have this down and locked and loaded. All right? This is a guy who's literally made a video on this topic. And now... it makes me wonder, how the fuck did you mess that up? How did you fuck that up? That's so weird. But yeah, we're continuing. We're going to continue.
Yeah, that's another thing I was going to ask. What motivated you to reach out to Eno?
I think it might have been Soph the Neko's idea. I didn't expect you to ask this question. It wasn't in the list, but I thought, okay,
Wait, what the fuck, Matthias? Dude, unironically, Nabi, if there's a clip for that, holy fuck. From how he said it in the video, he just thought Eno was Bug, so maybe he didn't even know who Eno was at the time. Aww. Dude.
Wow.
What? I could try and get the timestamp of it. Yeah, I would greatly appreciate that. Bug spray is a whole fucking different case. That is, oh my god. And it's even kind of heavy lifting to call that a case. Because that was 1917 where they were being weird online.
Well, how do you even get the two confused, bro? They're very separate.
I don't know how you would mix up 1917 and 20 and 14. Sam, I really don't fucking know.
I mean, it's not even the names are similar.
No, they're not.
Bug spray. One is called literal bug spray, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Nabi. Yeah, we'll see we'll see the timestamp when it comes up, but holy fuck. Dude, I'm all for mogging Jar, but what the fuck, dude? Crust, come on. Come on, buddy. Fuck me.
What? I was going to reach out to her to begin with. Might as well do it now. And whether it was my intention or not, my video affected her in a negative way, so I might as well apologize to her in private. And I did. She accepted it. And the reason why I haven't, talked about this publicly all that much is because I was just thinking, people are just going to say, Jar is using this to make a comeback. He's using a child, blah, blah, blah. And, just Eno being happy that, she can still watch my videos without it being tainted for her, which she said herself, and all the other stuff. Yeah, that's good enough for me. If Eno wants to mention it publicly, she can. I won't make her. And even in our call, I let her do 90% of the talking because I was just nervous. If this gets leaked and I talk too much, people are going to claim I led her on or forced her into saying what she said when I definitely did not.
What? Fuck. Yeah. Dude, I mean, that's a choice. I mean, I guess I'm kind of curious, with Jar as well, right? It's one thing to think to reach out to Eno during the actual drama and making the video, right? But if he was never going to make a follow-up, it makes me like wonder even more why he was talking to this person. Like, it's just really fucking weird. Great, we get DEI hires in the A space trans swapped for a gay man. You're next, buddy. Alright, Amos, you're next on the chopping block. But fuck me.
Well, a point I'm going to raise, to be honest, in the video is I just think it's kind of an overcompensation in the first place to even talk to the victim of Cinear. Like, I mean, sure, you could be offering her an ear when she needs it the most, but the issue I have is like, what's it called? Like, why would she want to go to the 30, however old you are, dude, grown ass man that was defending essentially her victimizer online? Like, that seems like the last person that she should be talking to about it. Problems.
I guess you're right. I guess you're right, but like, she reached out to me again by herself, saying like, "Hey, I have no one to talk to. Can I please vent to you?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure."
Bro.
I mean, yeah.
Bro. No. Why? Dude, the 15-year-old asked very nicely, okay? What was I supposed to say? No? What do you not deny? What, do you deny minors going into your DM, Sam, to vent to you? Do you?
No, because I'm in their DM.
Yeah, buddy. Okay. Bro, this is just such a weird fucking thing to do. But yeah, whatever, dude. Fuck me.
Sure, if you're just gonna accept venting, then what? Yeah. Sorry, you keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, like I offered her help. Like if she needed me to help her edit her response, I would. But like, and you can say like, why would she reach out to you? Well, I'm pretty sure it was Soph who set everything up, and
Interesting.
I knew that in my book, what I did was the right thing to do.
I am very curious about that. I highly doubt it because they're on a break. Jar is implicating you right now. Alright, because I know some people also just have questions for Soph because of some of this stuff too. I reached out just now. We'll see if they even come on. Alright, let's see. But yeah. Let's keep watching.
Right. I mean, okay. I just think it's a little bizarre. It seems like I mean, sure. I will include that you stated reached out to you. So.
Yeah, and you can say it's bizarre. I agree. I think this whole thing is bizarre. I've never dealt with something like this in my life.
What a deflect, dude. What the fuck? You could say it's bizarre. I just think it's all bizarre. Come on. Dude, fuck me. I know I keep like pause-andying it, but it's just like come the fuck. It's like he knows what the main point is, but it's just like sidestepping. Fuck my life.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't imagine so. Although actually, it does kind of remind me. It seems like a lot of your, like, pretty much if I click on any video from your past, it seems like you were just perpetually talking about the same like 7 people on repeat, or like bringing up just random dramas all the time. Like, I mean, this isn't really necessarily. I mean, that's kind of a question, but what necessarily like motivates that? Like, why do you want to always relate every single situation back to another drama?
I'm trying to understand the question best I can, but
Lol.
I think when you're talking, I've only made like 2 or 3 videos about my past, and one of them was one of the members involved in it. Well, I worded that very poorly. I made 2 videos about my past. Then I moved on, but one of them, photoshopped me doing something awful, which we'll get into later because that's one of your questions.
What did you do?
So of course I had to bring it up since they were in the same group, but yeah, in the ArtCC, almost every drama kind of connects with another drama, and I kind of feel like there's like a storyline building here, and I'm like documenting everything.
Storyline, bro.
If that makes sense at all.
Yeah.
I'm trying to understand your question the best I can.
Just essentially, I was asking, you constantly, like, in every single one of the, like, your old videos, it's not even necessarily videos about your past or, like, yourself, it's just, like, in general, any drama video of yours, you always relate it back to other dramas, or, like, for example, like, in the Cinear situation, you constantly brought up Spocter and Hopeless Peaches.
And Pyrocynical.
What, like,
Yeah, I do that, yeah, but like everybody else in the community was also doing that, and I kind of like to it also kind of boosts those videos. Like if people say, "Oh,
They do not do it in the same way you do it, buddy." It's like, this reminds me of the time Peaches backstabbed me. This reminds me of the time. You always brought it up in the context of like, I'm really scared to cover something like this because these were situations that I got lots of backlash on, and I feel like it may happen again, right? Like, you. It's not just like, oh yeah, this reminds me of this drama. Okay, like, come on, fuck me.
like if he's talking what's this drama he's talking about, they might like check out those past videos. It's kind of like advertisement for myself.
That is not.
I get doing that because I do mention my own videos every now and then, but like what I mean is like you do it to like an excessive like degree. Like you're saying, like you do it to an excessive degree to the extent where it's like pretty much the entire video's thesis is based around what you've experienced in past dramas.
Well, I guess that is the case. Like, I do try to learn from past dramas, like figure out, okay, if it was okay here, will it be okay there? Or, you know, this is how people react to this person doing that. Because what is the most objectable sin? It's hypocrisy. So I try to keep things, you know, organized, make sure I'm staying consistent with things I've said in the past. But if you think I do it for to an what you said, a excessive amount, I mean, you're going to love my iDubbbz video then, because I don't.
He views child grooming as a story arc in bad anime. Okay, buddy. That's evil. That's fucked.
Bring up any past dramas I had involvement in. In fact, I'm working on a video about Cruel World Happy Mind right now, and I don't bring up a single past drama I was involved in.
Okay, well, I have a couple of questions off of that. I remember you mentioning the hypocrisy is the most objectionable sin line in your response video. What do you mean by that? Because like, I mean, I would say that like murdering someone's a lot worse than hypocrisy, or like
okay, come on,
trying to cover up a war crime or something, you know, like.
I get what you're saying. So like, yeah, I guess you could say it's worse, but we're talking about most objective, not.
He really just did the actually murder worse. Dude, this call is interesting to say the least. Fuck me.
Worse, like if I kill a guy in a uniform of a soldier, like we're in a battle and I kill the guy, it's not murder anymore. It's called something else because, you know, murder is not a moral term, it's a legal term. With hypocrisy, like you can lie to protect someone and that can be seen as not a sin. When it comes to hypocrisy, I think like no matter what context you use it in, it's considered like a bad thing.
I disagree. I think you could say smoking is bad, but then also be a smoker yourself. So you would discourage other people to smoke, but you're also recognizing that you are a smoker. So that would be a form of hypocrisy that would not make it like necessarily like bad, right? It's just an everyday hypocrisy. I think it would be hypocrisy by action. That would be like a concept that's like talked about quite a bit. Or like anytime parents teach you not to do a certain thing because they experienced it, you could say that that's hypocritical, but they're doing it for a good reason. It's so I know I'm getting like very technical and semantical about this, but no, this is just dumb. This is dumb to me. That is not hypocrisy. Yes, it is, Gilded. Yes, it is. Because if you're telling other people not to smoke and then you smoke cigarettes yourself, then yes, you would look hypocritical as fuck. You're touching yourself right now because you hate jar. Okay, get fucked. You're late to the bandwagon. Everyone else is on this for a whole year, and you take one slight, and now you're on this. Okay, get fucked. Get fucked.
You can kill someone or lie to someone for the right reasons. I don't think you can be a hypocrite for the right reasons.
Oh, I have a train nearby. Yeah, right.
Oh, hold on. Okay. I think I was just forwarded something. I was just sent something. So, Sam, you ready to see? We're gonna see like the pinnacle research of Lord Crust, apparently, allegedly mixing up two victims together. Alright, let's see it. I made a video on Jar over a year ago. Yeah, because you were bitching about other people doing it. Get a fucking job, dude. Holy shit. God. Anyways. Here we go. Okay, let's pay attention to the wording. Let's closed captions, and hear this.
Cinear's victims. Also, when I say that I was mistaken on how young Eno was when I was talking to Jar, I mean that I thought they were 19, because that's how old the third individual to release a document on Cinear is now. I have to clarify, Eno is at most 16. And then you have Jar out here telling me that he's getting in voice calls with this 16-year-old, in which he lets Eno do all the talking so nobody gets the impression that he's leading her on. On top of that, Eno is supposedly venting about all of her problems at school to Jar. What the fuck is this man doing? Does he not feel an ounce of discomfort when the 16-year-old is rambling about being picked on at school due to the drama and subsequently partially his content? Well, no, clearly not. According to Jar, it's a good thing that Eno can now watch his content without it being tainted by the thought that he was involved in the Cinear drama. I completely retract what I said to Jar in regards to as long as you're just receiving venting. I was mistaken on how young Eno is. I don't know why the fuck Jar would think it was a good idea.
But why? How? How did you miss that crucial detail?
You must have been reading it while blindfolded.
Dude, unironically. Thank you very much, Nabi. This was very, very helpful, because, like, what the fuck? That's just, okay. Again, if it was a minor detail, I wouldn't be, like, that huge of a deal. But this is a key detail, right? This is a crucial piece of information during the Cinebear situation. If you're going to cover it, that's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy how you mixed up, like, the people like this. Are you kidding me? Dude, you thought they were 19? Brother. Bro. Come on, man. You can't read past that hair. You know, that's actually a good point. That's a good point. Brother.
In the first place to reach out to her, and if he hasn't already, he should, in my opinion, immediately cease contact. Even while assuming that Jar is not at all acting maliciously, I do not think it is healthy for a 16-year-old to be talking about their issues with a grown man on the internet, especially one who was not only involved, but has the history I will cover in the next part. You also got to take into account that Jar has, as far as I'm concerned, acknowledged how bad this would look.
People are also more forgiving about this stuff when it's over the internet. Me hitting on a 17-year-old in real life is different than me hitting on a 17-year-old over the internet.
I forgot about
After all,
that.
I can see the 17-year-old in real life, but on the internet, I can't see what they look like. On the internet, I hear someone talking to me. In real life, I see a minor in front of me. Granted, I'm a lot older than Cine. If I'm talking to a 17-year-old, yeah, I'm gonna get a lot more crap for it.
Ooh. I will say that is a fair clip to bring up. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. You know, maybe his take changed in the third rendition. What do you think, Sam?
Bro, his take's never changing, man.
Okay. That's a little cooked. I can't even lie. That's a little fucked.
Granted, it does sound as if he is specifically referring to speaking inappropriately with a 17-year-old. But then I have to question why he specified that due to his age, he would get in trouble just for talking to a 17-year-old. Especially if he's out here saying shit like this to Cinear.
You need to double, triple, quintuple check what you're who you're talking to. You need to keep the ages in mind. And if you're going to start your Discord up again, make it 18 plus.
Anyway, returning to the Himmelton Cool, Job self-flagellates for
Dude. That is just so fucking cooked. Holy fuck. To both of them, though, that's the problem. Like, to Jar, it's fucking cooked because he's recognizing he would get issues with just talking to a 17-year-old at his age, and then he's talking to a 16-year-old, recommending an 18-plus Discord server. He's already been fucked, right? But that fucks him. But, again, he fucks up by not knowing the key detail that he's already previously covered on his channel. What the fuck? I'm not going to sit here and claim that Lord Crust is like the worst interviewer of Jar, but like, holy fuck me. Dude, that what a monumental fumble. Fuck me, man. Oh, thanks for the 5. Fuck you, Gilda. You're still on this. Saying don't smoke because it's bad for you, while smoking isn't hypocrisy because you aren't saying smoking is wrong or no one should smoke. Yeah, you could still be saying that. Well, get fucked. Oh, dude, he's gonna send another message. But Gilded, the point would be if someone says don't smoke and they're smoking, right? Are you going to take that seriously, or are you going to be like, who's this guy to fucking tell me that? They're literally smoking, telling me not to do it. Hypocrisy is strictly related to professed morals. Telling someone cigs are bad for you is just objective fact. Has nothing to do with morals. Yap, 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 semantics, wah, 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 you're crying. Moves on.
Right, okay.
The train,
No worries, I'll just
the train
move on to
touches
the
them
train.
again.
I think the other question I had, what was, I'm trying to recall.
But thank you for the 2 donos, Gilded.
I mean, you can scroll up a little if you want.
It wasn't, yeah, hang on, it wasn't necessarily about, what you said, hang on. Give me 2 secs. It was a question that led off of what you just said before. I've completely forgot it. Alright, it's fine. I can come back to it later. But yeah, okay. So, yeah, were you aware that Hambleton was recording your calls?
Okay, before I get into this, hold on. I gotta address this one thing. You're describing a double standard, not hypocrisy. Yap, yap, yap. Thanks for the 2, Gilded. All right. Putting a pin in this for now, because this is actually getting into a segment I want to really highlight. Okay? But yes.
Like, let me see. I mean, I expected him to, but I don't think people would have twisted my words so much, and I don't think he would leak them, at least not as soon as he did. Hambleton has, like, backstabbed me 3 times.
Hello?
Last I checked. He
My
wanted me to,
God.
last I spoke to him, he wanted me to join him in a war he was going to start against Lyle Convoy. Even though he previously said for me to stop talking about drama content, and I was like, okay, so you don't want me to talk about drama, but now you want me to talk about drama. Which is it, man?
You had a 129-page document on Lyle, bro. Let's not. And in those calls that we've all seen, you've repeatedly been asked for that. All right. Anytime Lyle mainly comes up, it's either you're coping or venting about it, they're talking about your call, or they're trying to get that fucking 129-page script that you had that you've never publicly released yet. Fuck me, dude. Fuck me.
And then I told him no, because I pretty much knew he was going to set me up as the fall guy if things went south.
What?
Hambleton is a guy I don't understand. I hear like a lot of people don't like him, and he's also not really all that relevant. So it's like, why should I even waste my time talking to him? So I just stopped chatting with the guy altogether.
And that's why you hopped on gaming streams with the guy? That's why you said, like, because, okay, this is something I'm going to be still a little salty about. When I made the deal with Hambleton to have those calls get leaked, I ran it through him, 100% was communicating with Hambleton the whole time, vetting those calls, making sure they were interesting and good for everyone to look at, right? Fuck me, right? When I was doing that, alright, Hambleton takes that, not Hambleton, sorry, Jar takes that and kind of like rewrites history a little bit, and it's like, well, out of the 2 of you, Ace was the more content cucked one. You were just the one that was just like, you know, doing what he asked. And it's like, treating it like Hambleton was a guy that I coerced to give me calls. This guy's like older than me by a few years. What the fuck is with this narrative? Dude, what the fuck is this narrative? Like, I just corrupt these people who are older than me, or I corrupt these grown people who can make decisions for themselves? It's fucking annoying.
Well, yeah, bro, look at Julie.
Anyways, so the point... Fuck you. But the point is, right, this is just so fucking annoying, because it's so annoying, because he frames it like, I victimized Hambleton into giving me those calls, even though we literally agreed on it. We were 100% in conversation, and people only really knew about the deal because Hambleton talked about it in a Cope and C stream a while ago, and even like framed it as like a deal with the devil that I made, which was funny as fuck. But still, it was fun. It was fun. Jar was freaking out because he said things that contradicted his public narrative in those calls. In fact, the 10th call is like one of the worst ones. It actually contradicts him a lot with what he's publicly said. That's the real reason he freaked the fuck out. So, yeah, he literally went into Hippleton's DMs freaking out like, hey, dude, did you Ace is leaking our calls? What are we gonna do? And he's like, yeah, I know, lol, I let him. Dude, reverse predator, AO, true? Nice mental flashbang. Chill. It's cool. Be cool. Has Jar brought up his girlfriend yet? Yes, he has. But it's like, it's a little tedious. So, I'm not even going to sit here and agree with Jar that Hippleton's a snake. I think that whole thing, like in the sense of like what happened with their calls, right? I don't think he's snaky for that. I think that, at first, I genuinely think that he was coming with an interview approach. My honest opinion was he was coming in with an interview approach with the first call. More stuff ended up happening. He was wanting to basically pretend to be on this good side. You could say gay op in the beginning, right? I think it was a little bit of a gay op in the sense of like, he was definitely only having these calls for information purposes. But then along the lines, when he was starting to get shit, then they unironically start trauma bonding, which is why the 6th call is just fucking depressing, because after the first week Hippleton had his shit, and we've went over this, after he's had his shit go down, he goes to Jar, and they talk about it. They talk about their controversies and their L's that they take, and they bond stronger because of it. And because of that, Jar starts trusting him more and more, but I don't think that part was the gay op. I think that they unironically became friends at that point. So it was like a failed gay op in the sense of it started as one, and then it just turned into like a trauma bonding-esque friendship, which is honestly kind of just makes it more cucked, if you ask me. All right, it's a bit more chopped. So I don't really, I'm not gonna like sit here and moral fag because the calls were funny as fuck. All right, the calls were absolutely fucking hilarious. It's a receipt that proves one of his lies to be a lie. All right, yeah, I'll take a look at that in a second. But yeah, I think that it was fine. All right, Jar lied a lot, and those calls started leaking because that was the precedent we set, right? With Hippleton, with me and Hippleton, the precedent we set was, hey, all right, we're only going to have this leak if it's important or a lie. That was a genuine standard we had. So the leaking of the calls was not snaky. All right, it's Jar's fault for literally having a public narrative be contradicted by his private take. All right, that I will defend on that point. Thanks, Gilded. I will forward that and look at that in here when we get to it for sure. Well, actually, he did bring it up. He didn't bring up that part though yet, so I'll wait a little bit for that one. But yeah. Anyways. But Jar's only playing this retrospective cuckery because he was friends with Hippleton. He was on good terms with him. But then he fucked it by making another, like, Cinear video, right? And got mad that it got covered even though that was their standard. I know I just yapped like a motherfucker, Sam, so lol, sorry.
No, but
Dude, alright, we also got another... Oh, holy shit, Lord Crust is just getting touched tonight, dude. Here's also Lord Crust confronting him on the Eno stuff on DMs later on, in case you want to check it out. Okay, I'll also put that into... Okay, this might be a redeeming dub. This might be a dub, okay? This might be a Lord Crust dub, assuming if it goes well. Okay, holy fuck. I didn't expect to be like... Because I've heard mixed thoughts about Lord Crust's presence, alright? Like video and, a thing like that. I've heard mixed thoughts about this coverage. And now I'm just, like, seeing several fucking else. But yeah, let's go over this first.
Either way, this led into a long-winded discussion in which I essentially just told Job.
Okay, I'm reading this. Alright. I see. Well, my main issue is, as far as I'm concerned, Eno's Most 16 is a massive part of your defense, is that you have no filter and talk about inappropriate stuff with everyone, so I think it would be for the best if you ceased contact with her. And then Jar says, well, I haven't said anything inappropriate around her. Would you like her call in all of my DMs with her to prove it? Lord Crust, if you don't take that, I will actually slap you. Also, everyone has a filter. Mine is just 99% of the time. That's why that's why I'd rather not hang around people below the age of 18. But you're letting them confide in you, whatever. I don't doubt that you haven't been inappropriate with her. As you've said to me, you mostly let her do the talking. If you want to leak that stuff to prove it, I'm not going to stop you. But you're not asking for it, whatever. All the same, though, I don't think you should be talking to her, considering, from the sounds of it, she dumps a lot of personal info on you and complains about shit like her schoolmates. I don't think you should be acting as a therapist for this young girl, who was the victim of the woman you defended / downplayed the actions of. However you want to describe it. Wouldn't have happened if an unfinished version of the video wasn't leaked. Jarred, that's so fucking stupid. Funny that June the King was the only person who said, we don't know what his final version of the video would have looked like. I will only send you anything with Eno's permission first? Bro. Yeah, don't ask Eno for permission. I don't want to read their personal DMs. Dude, bro, Kumo leaking your vid early is irrelevant to you. Still talking to Eno almost a year later after the story is finished. It's irrelevant to a lot of your claims, as I've made clear, but especially that. It's kind of June the King to mention that, and I do the same as much as I have my ideas of what it would look like, but again, also irrelevant. Dude. So, what the fuck? Jar's like, yeah, let me just ask this miner's permission if I could just leak our DMs real quick.
He's so based, bro.
Dude, why have people just not thought about that? Why? You know what? What a tactic. What a fucking tactic. Holy fuck me. That's so annoying. So yeah, no, so that's not going to have access for it. We're definitely just not going to see that. That's just how it's going to go, right? Like, the 16-year-old's obviously not going to want to have their personal, like, more personal stuff about them get shown on the internet. That's just not going to happen. Fuck me. And he's still... Holy fuck. How is that his response, though? It's like, yeah, none of this would have happened if Kumo didn't do what he did. Dude, it's so annoying. It's so fucking annoying. I don't even like Kumo, but he's like, unironically, just blaming him for something that is on Jar.
he's getting pinned for it because he's not here to defend himself.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying. I'll watch a little bit more of this to see if there's anything else in here. A minute before...
actually, I'm gonna go to bed. So enjoy the rest of your stream.
Oh, okay, yeah, let me just kill you. Alright, have fun.
There we go. Right, goodbye.
Bye-bye. Okay, anyways. What was that? A minute before, it's also mentioned, has blocked Jar multiple times. That should have been assigned to Jar. What the fuck? Jar is playing the age-old game of bash the black man. Okay, buddy.
That regardless of the context, he should cease contact with Eno because she is 16. The conversation ended with him not exactly saying that he won't.
I don't see how it's kind to get something right, but okay. Last time me and Eno spoke months ago, we really haven't talked much. Eno herself believes I was in the process of reaching out to her, as I have proven before Kumo did what he did. I'm going to get to work on my Bill Blacks video now. Lol? It's kind for him to... Okay, yeah, we saw that. For expression. No, we didn't. It's a hard conclusion to come to that with information available. The issue is in both of your responses videos, and you still defended the validity of your points in that leaked version. You claim to not represent the final draft, so it does give the impression that even if it hadn't been released early, the video wouldn't have significantly changed. But whatever, as long as you're still talking to Eno, the one relevant criticism I have for you is that the moment would be based around you continuing to cover drama content. Okay. Point is that version of Cine got Cine on my Point is that version got Cine on my to trust me with the contacts of Jack and Eno already shown. Saw everything coming but Kumo pulling that shit last time I talked with a drama tuber. They said both versions were completely different. Some people say they are the same, some say different. Both were never meant to see the light of day. So now you're trying to say that you only like talk that way just to get the groomer's trust? That's just cope. What are you doing? Oh, what's up, Axis? Dude, but like, what the fuck? Dude, okay.
Speak to Eno, just that he hasn't spoke to Eno in months, so make of that what you will. Now, in regards to FPS Diesel, as much as I could not personally get in contact with him,
Okay, yeah, so we saw that. We definitely saw that. Oh, fuck, wrong one. Okay. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Fuck me. Absolutely fucking insane, but we continue.
Fair enough. That did remind me though. You've frequently said in like calls with Himpleton, for example, Job Logic even. I think you might have even mentioned it in. No, I know you said it to Cope and Seed as well. You've constantly said that you are not going to make drama content anymore. Because it just you will end up repeating the behavior, is what you said.
Yeah.
Would you?
But I changed my mind because like I at this point I think, well, what else do I have left to lose? Might as well come back to drama content. And I'm not talking about dramas involving me. I'm talking about like other dramas that like don't really involve me all that much. And
also, 77 of you are here. Remember to like up and leave a subscribe if new. Alright, now let's continue on with the jar mogging, the mecha molestation, if you will.
You know, every fucking drama channel who said I'm going to stay away from drama, from Destiny to what's his face, Tipster, they always come back. And like, what is drama content? Like, some could argue that some of my reviews would count as drama content. And like, is it drama when the other person is responding? Like, where do we draw the line? So I just thought, you know what, I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to come back to drama. And like, the main thing that brought me back, like the main thing that I was like, you know what, fuck it, I don't care anymore, was when people like were trying to dox my girlfriend. And it really does hit me after a while. It doesn't matter if you stop talking about drama, people are still going to talk about you. At least if I talk about drama, I at least can have the opportunity to defend myself like I did before.
I'm not sure I follow that logic. Personally, the way I see it is that you should just not make drama content. Because as far as I'm concerned, especially if there's victims involved, or it's an actually serious like topic or whatever. Like, I've seen your most recent uploads are like
they're pretty low
iDubbbz
stakes,
or like Pirate Software and like Hassan. I'm like sure those are like very mainstream topics or whatever. But considering, yeah,
I mean, I don't really care if Jar covers low stakes dramas or whatever. And to be honest with you, if he really wants to come back into the scene, then let's say hi. You know, like fuck it, right? I don't give a fuck. But I obviously will think that if people actually, right? Oh yeah, 0 people try to dox you, by the way. Yeah, I know, Gilded. We saw the call also between Beckett and FPS Diesel. He just took like a joke and just framed it maliciously. Yeah, but no, it's like, I don't care if Jar continues to make content. I really don't. In fact, it benefits everyone else if he does, right? But I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh, he shouldn't make content. If anything, it's just like, you should just be able to take the L and move on, right? Like, you've been like, for over a year, been refusing to take this L that you've objectively fucked up in. You understand that you fucked up, but you're acting like you don't understand what you did to fuck up. And that's the part that like people are just simply having a problem. But yeah, fucking hell.
Considering, I feel like you've shown yourself to not be the best judge of character, right? So I don't know if you should be weighing in on those situations for your own sake, personally. But and also, you have a massive audience, and so I don't know. It's I mean, not so much anymore, but yeah, you get me. It's
when I had a massive audience, I would try to talk things out with people, and when I did that, people accused me of like blackmailing them or threatening them, or they would hold on to the.
Apparently, George GF does mind if he makes drama content, allegedly. I've heard about that. I'm trying to see if they get to that specifically in the call, and then I'll just show what Gilded sent me.
Only to release it when it was like most convenient. I think, compared to me, with a lot of other drama channels, like any complaint you can make about me, you can make about other people. Like, a lot of other people have fucked up also situations with victims, all of that. Like, just for example, Cope and Seas with the whole Destiny thing happening.
So
like,
this
if you
is
saw that call he had with Willie Mack's show, he was like freaking out about it. He thought this was like the end of the road for him for a little bit there. And the way I see it, I had a pretty good record up until recently, so I'm just going to go back to doing what I used to do.
Okay.
So I don't like this being brought up, right? Now, I don't normally throw my hat in the ring for like political content because it's not really my cup of tea. There's a very few exceptional few, right? I think it's funny when people make fun of food shops. They fucking deserve it, right? Or, you know what? Like, there's probably a couple other people I could think of at the top of my head. Whatever, right? I think it's funny to bully Rose Malay. I think it's funny to bully Keffels. I think it's funny, right? There's just some people that are just either basic targets, whatever, right? I don't normally keep up with it, though, unless it's someone I genuinely just, like, you know, am very curious to see what they're up to now. Destiny is not really a person I cared about doing deep dives that much on. Did Beckett fuck up? Yeah, sure. Beckett fucked up. But it's kind of interesting because he's trying to play this game of comparison where it's like where Beckett literally, like, if you want to say the fuck up, right? He would fuck up by trying to expose the perpetrator, but you fucked up in trying to defend the perpetrator. All right? Very different. Very fucking different lanes of playing field right here. All right? It's very fucking stupid. But I don't even really see it as comparable, right? And you know what? Yeah, I mean, it's whatever, right? I think Beckett's already taken his lashings and he's shown to not do it again, whatever. I'm not going to like spend that much time doing that, whatever. It happens. It happens to the best of us. We all fuck up, right? We all make mistakes. It's how you go on to show that you won't make it again that really matters, I think. But yeah, dude, this is gay. I really hope he didn't cancel that Gilded Poo video he was talking about cooking up lol. True.
Interesting. I mean, like I'm gonna be real. The thesis of my video is that I'm fine with you continuing to make content as long as it isn't about drama content, like drama. But
yeah, also if you ask Beckett, he'll tell you straight up he fucked up. That's the key component of why people are not bringing it up multiple times. You just take the L and fucking move on. If Jar did that, it probably would have died off a couple months after. Some people would still bring it up, but it wouldn't be to the lengths of severity that people are going to now to talk about it or bring it up till now, right? It would have just like been a lot more of a dead topic months ago, but it's just not. Lol? Yeah, I get touch gilded.
Yeah, I mean, you do you. I can't stop you from doing that. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I think I get what you're saying. It's just it's not the drama content that screwed me over. It's the fact that, you know, things got leaked out, and the only time I've ever gotten like major backlash is when I, you know, spoke on like behalf of someone who was getting bashed and trying to find like you know, be like really charitable with them, sometimes even like straight up defending them. And I'm just not doing that anymore. I'm just not like going to help anyone and at all pretty much, unless it's like, you know, they have the majority on their side as is. Like technically I am going to be defending H3 in my video on what do you call it, Cruel World Happy Mind, but I'm not making the video saying give Cruel World Happy Mind another chance because like I'm done with that shit.
Okay.
Sup, Cloudy?
So yeah, at one point, this is a little random question. You said at one point you said Cinny wasn't trying to hit on a minor; she was just gooning with a minor. How does that make it any better? Exactly. What is the?
It really doesn't. It really doesn't. She's like, I think the only thing that makes it better is that like her intent. She's just so unbelievably retarded. But she's not. I don't think she was trying to get with Eno romantically. I think I don't.
This is the annoying part. Okay. Literally, the DMs prove this between Cinny and Eno themselves. Cinny tried to grab Eno into a call, and I believe they were successful, but they dragged them into a call so that they could hear their reactions to the rape porn. Cinny was interested in the 14-year-old's reaction to the rape comic that they made. Alright? This is so fucking annoying when this gets debated about intent to this day still. Because, yes, Cinny was interested in this kid's reaction. They wanted specifically this kid's reaction. Okay? This is not a whoopsie doodle, I'm autistic, okay? No. They wanted this kid, okay? They fucking wanted this kid specifically. It is so annoying to this day that there's still a back and forth to try to see intent here. This has literally been the smoking gun. Cine doesn't address it when they come back. Jar is still fucking dancing around it, despite being directly told it in a Hippleton call. I think it was either the first or second one. One of them many. He has also just been like, oh wow, if I knew that, I wouldn't have defended it. But he's still fucking dancing around it months later. It's so annoying. It is so fucking annoying. Are you having fun, Ace? Yeah. Anyways.
I don't even think Eno thinks that last I spoke to her, but she definitely like is so unbelievably retarded that she didn't know this was like a stupid thing to do. And you know, whether like I can murder someone without the intent to murder them, but I still murdered them at the end of the day. It's still
No, you can't. No, you can't murder someone without what the fuck? Murder literally requires intent. That would be like what, like manslaughter? If you accidentally killed someone, murder would be like a planned killing. Maybe you can kill someone by accident. Murder specifically requires intent. And I know I sound like an annoying semantical gay debate bro when I say that, but like you can't bring up this example and not expect it to be brought up against you. What the fuck is this? Fuck me.
like a fucked up thing I did. So like, you know, she's never going to come back. She's done. She's cooked for good. And while I was going to defend her in some regards originally, my plan was just to be like, look, she censored a webcomic herself, if that's true, because I still had to reach out to Jack and Eno and get their side of the story. This is something I am getting a little tired of, people constantly saying, well, you said this in favor of Cine, you said that in favor of Cine. No one can prove if that was meant to be my final draft of the video, because...
Dude, you literally sent a voice note by saying, hey man, it's looking bleak, by your own, like, your own video dropping it, by the way, right? You sent a voice note being like, hey, it's looking kind of bleak, dude. I don't even know if I could really defend you anymore, man. I don't know. It's looking pretty fucking bad. And Ace claimed I was being pedantic and over hypocrisy. You were! And you can't even disagree with the murder take I had because you literally said this to get Psy Scribbles so you could get touched. Okay, you can get touched. Anyways.
I did not expect Kumo to do that. I've prepared for everything that could go wrong on YouTube, except for that fucking shit. And then I kind of had to like double down.
Yeah, buddy. Fuck me. I prepared for everything except for that one. Whoopsie doodle. Whoopsie daddle. Dude, I am... What the fuck? Why the fuck would you send me this? I am not showing this on stream. This just has nothing to do with this, lol.
On some things I said about Cine because I didn't know what else to do at that point, because I knew people wouldn't believe me, that because I've never even heard of someone dealing with something like this before. I'd never gotten prepared for it.
Right. Well, so you have said numerous times, and even in this call and in messages to me, that the idea of you hitting on Cine Bear was a false narrative that was constructed by detractors. But to be perfectly honest with you, it does seem as if you were trying to hit on Cine Bear, and not just your leaked DMs, but also the call with her. Yeah, I mean, were you hitting on Cine Bear in your interview?
No, I was not hitting on her. I'm just a casual guy. I talk pretty casually.
I'm just an average guy. Dude, I don't know, man. I wasn't hitting on her. If she thought that, then whoopsie daisy. I don't even know my own riz sometimes. Whoops.
I have been working on it, of course, as you can observe from this call, but like people were even saying like I was trying to hit on like fucking what's his face? Bo Blacks, and that I was trying to hit on Hempleton and all these other people, and it's like, okay, do you think I'm just like, where's all my nudes? Where is that? Where are all my nudes? Where's me asking for nudes? Where's...
Do you think that flirting just normally just like starts with or even just has nudes on first day? That's not actually normal. That's just not, dude. That not every case of flirting is just gonna be like, here's my dick. Oh, dude, no. Fuck me.
Any of this shit. Like, I was not hitting on Cine Bear at all. I had no interest of meeting up with her. Had no interest of gooning with her. Had no interest of even being friends with her.
Yeah, right. Would you not consider calling her?
You had no interest in being friends with her, but you talked about Star Wars for hours each night? Fuck off. Fuck off. Yeah, Gilded? Mine does. I thought you were going to bring up like a niche reference from your server, about sending nudes on the first day, but you know.
Or avatar attractive and making want to see my cock jokes like flirting, or...
Wait, what do you mean by yeah, right?
What? Sorry?
Oh my god.
Want to see my cock jokes like flirting? Would you not consider calling her avatar attractive and making want to see my cock jokes like flirting? Or
Wait. What do you mean by yeah, right?
He gets so fucking. He gets so defensive. He's like, yeah, right. Like, wait. Do you doubt me? What? Do you doubt me? Don't doubt me. I'm just a nice guy.
what? Sorry.
You said yeah, right. What did you mean by that?
I didn't say yeah, right. Oh no. Sorry. It's a use. Yeah, I don't know. The way I was saying, I meant like, yeah, right. Like I was confirming, continuing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
No, Gilded, I'm not saying you're foxes here.
Do you not consider calling her avatar attractive and like making want to see my cock jokes flirting?
No. Like, dude, almost everyone has an avatar that looks more attractive than they do in real life. I've only ever met one person, literally one person, who actually looked just as attractive as their avatar. Like,
Ooh.
You're not going to have your avatar, if you're a fat guy, you're going to have a skinny avatar.
Not
like,
true.
Like,
Right.
of course. Like, I made even a video about this, like, saying, like, hey, like, we shouldn't draw porn of these characters, but there's no way to stop it. That was, like, the conclusion of that video.
But you said your main priority was to beat the simp allegations. Like, surely the claims that you're a pedophile or groomer defender are like a bigger priority.
I mean, it depends. Like,
What do you
groomer defender.
What do you mean it depends? Yeah, I mean, honestly, when it just comes to like scale of severity, simp just kind of tops pedo, like pedophile and groomer defender, So that's why that was my main point of tactics right there. Peaches. Okay, counter argument. Ponder Sprocket.
Versus someone who wanted to sleep with a groomer. Like, depends on who you ask on which is worse. And to me, like, what mattered more was like my girlfriend. That's who mattered more to me. And I wanted to disprove those allegations. And I'm a very awkward guy. I was isolated for a lot of my life, so I have trouble speaking with people. And I have been, of course, working on it because I don't want people to assume I'm trying to hit on them or get with them or anything like that. Like my girlfriend, most girlfriends I've had asked me out first. My girlfriend, I only asked her out because a mutual of ours told me that she was interested in me. And like that relationship would never have happened if that mutual of ours didn't tell me that.
Right. Well, you like even in your
Counter argument, Gilded Poo. Yeah, fat guy decides to be fat guy online. Yeah, just like Nicholas Diorio. You two are like one and the same.
most recent
You would say this town ain't big enough for the both of us because we're just that fucking huge.
response video, it seems a bit bizarre to me that you are like super pedantic about whether or not Cinear was definitionally a groomer. Especially if your main priority is to disprove the simp allegations. Like I think that's a large part of why people still hold the belief that you're defending Cinear, like to this day.
I understand that. Like, on the one hand, I do think there is the possibility that her intentions weren't as malicious as people made them out to be. But on the other hand, it's like, yeah, you fucking sent a rape comic to a minor. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, you stupid fucking bitch?
Right.
Yeah, this is just kind of like one of those topics where it's like, I don't know, like, I understand people getting on it for, like, the scale of severity, but, like, sure, you could be annoying with nuance if you're looking at it from afar to try to get the scale of severity of what to pin exactly what they did, but this is kind of like one of those situations where it's like, oh, this is just objectively fucked, and it only ranges from being fucked to worse. Why would I ever hop into this willingly to talk to this person? It's stupid. It's fucking stupid. A-Space check DMs. Dude, everyone's coming to my DMs, dude. Fuck me. Yeah, I'll check DMs, man. I'll check DMs, but I'll keep this playing.
Yeah, so, and to me, I'm still lost on what a groomer is, because everyone I asked about, like, what is a groomer? It's always a different answer. It's like asking a Christian to explain the Holy Trinity or asking a leftist to explain socialism. It's always I always receive a different answer on how it works. And,
but I mean,
if in the case of getting a minor to be more comfortable with her fetish, yeah, she's a groomer. In the case of like getting with Eno romantically, I think it's possible that wasn't her intention. But again, what I was planning to do was to talk to Cindy, get her side of the story, and then talk to Eno and Jack, and also have a lot of help on this video because it was such a serious topic.
Right. You want to build an Avengers game.
What?
Avengers team.
Yeah. Okay.
Avengers? What the fuck?
Sorry.
Okay.
Got distracted. Okay.
Yeah, no shit. What the fuck?
Are you live right now?
No, I'm not live. I don't live stream really.
What did you mean by Avengers team?
What do you mean by that?
You said it. What the fuck, dude? Holy fucking blank.
Because I just made a joke because I thought you were talking about like getting a bunch of opinions on the. You wanted to look for a bunch of opinions on the video, and so I was like, you're assembling an Avengers team.
Because I realized something about this wasn't making sense, and after digging into things more in the background, I found out that Eno sent the DMs with her and Cindy to Soph, and Soph was the one who sent them to Jack because they were like, "Hey, Jack, I think you should be concerned about this." And Jack's first thought wasn't, "Oh my god, my roommate groomed someone." Jack's first thought was, "Oh boy, how can I get money out of this?"
Yeah, I've done a whole video on Birdie. I know about Birdie.
Guess how much money Birdie gave to Eno. Guess how much?
Wasn't it like none or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was like a weird thing, right? So, not sweet for Birdie, right? Because Birdie can go fuck themselves. However, what was a weird issue, this is why Birdie didn't give any money. They were going to. They wholeheartedly were thinking about doing so, right? But as Jar would know, because they had an editor that was 15 that edited a sex scene, a 15-year-old by themselves can't really have a PayPal account unless it has parental supervision. So, right, the problem and dilemma that people were having was Eno didn't tell their parents that they were groomed, and Birdie was not going to tell their parents. And they just kind of left it at that. Is it stupid? Yeah. I think it's stupid that Birdie even set the standard in the first place. It comes off very much like they're just trying to like get brownie points, to be honest. And they didn't follow up on it. But, I mean, I don't know. It's just, it's a little bleak. I was ahead of the curve on Birdie. No Birdie video, so no, you're just behind on that one too. Honestly, I wouldn't want Birdie to give any money to Eno. I don't want to think about what kind of holding over their head they could have resulted in. Well, it's like, I've never seen, right? Because this is why it's so bizarre. Because it was like, after $10,000, Birdie would essentially be giving to Eno reparations for being groomed. And that's not something that you normally see. So what's weird, let's say hypothetically, right? Eno did this without the parental supervision, right? There was no parents that was monitoring their finances. Eventually, they were going to find it out, right? Because how does this kid get a couple $1,000s, who's like 14, 15 at the time, out of fucking nowhere, right? It's fucking bizarre, isn't it? So it's like, I just don't think it was ever going to happen. Eno was very stubborn on not telling their parents out of personal embarrassment, and that's whatever. I'm not going to shame them for that. It is what it is, right? But it's like, it's really weird. It's really weird and unique, and that just didn't happen. But like, I wouldn't like use it as like a strong point, because like, I don't know if the president was ever set that if you were groomed, you should get reparations for it financially. Like, that is like a very bizarre one. Maybe you could say that you were giving money to the research. I think if Birdie really wanted to play the moral card, they could say that any of the extra money goes to like grooming research facilities, right? If they really wanted to play their moral card rather than directly giving it to Eno, because there was just no way that was going to happen. And it just didn't happen. They kept the extra money. But yeah, it's just really fucking weird. Right, there's also the risk of financially incentivizing a minor to get groomed by other degenerates. That would actually be really fucking bad. Yeah, it's like, oh, yo, I need a couple $1,000s. Let me just get desensitized by this adult real quick and get reparations. No, unironically. Fuck me. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with giving money to someone specifically when you feel bad for them. The issue is that the giver is Birdie the freak. Falky owes you money then? Real as fuck. Evil Excellent. I love Ace and all his friends. They're good people. Thanks for the 10, buddy. Thanks for the 10, pal. How's the group chat's trying to take me down, buddy? Did that go well for you? Yo, Evil Excellent doesn't have GC, but is openly friends with Ace Space and friends and tries to put them up instead of having group chats to take them down. Fuck me. Dude, W don't know. W don't know. There's no way this person's actually a member, too. There's just no way. That's fucked up. But yeah. The extra money went to MLP for reparations for the grooming he went through. No, actually, that was from art commissions. We will not be having this misinformation not be. No, he corrupts them. No. Okay, Cloudy, whatever. All right, we're moving on. We're getting too stuck on this point.
Okay, oh, actually, I'm gonna send you a message real quick. Like a screenshot of a message in your DMs with Cinear. Could you tell me what, this was before you messaged it? Oh, sorry, before you edited it?
I need more things to know from me. I need to know more things from you. Oh, I thought you were going to be able to help with that.
Do you see the edited part of
Oh, it's you, Sneaks? I'm actually surprised that you even remembers Excellent Sneaks. Lol. W?
Oh.
Let me see. Let me zoom out.
It's like one of the first two messages.
Yeah. Want to VC, I just need a few more things to know from you.
Yeah, what do you have any
message?
Do you have any idea what what did you edit it from? Like edited the message from?
I don't think I do. This is like from over a year ago.
That's okay.
And I remember I was shocked when these got leaked. So like, why would I edit that one and not any of the others?
That's true. I was just wondering.
I probably just misspelled a word and went back to edit. It like I'm so dyslexic. Sometimes I write how when I mean to write the word who.
You did constantly mention your dyslexia. Do you not use like a reader-writer or like a text-to-speech or something to go through documents?
I do, but then it's hard. It takes so much longer just to write something out.
Right.
And sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes my dyslexia has saved my ass on occasions.
Dude, it's crazy. Like, the parallels between Just a Robot and Give an Ant is actually fucking crazy. They both have dyslexia. Jar, wanted to be a firefighter. Give an Ant was a firefighter. And they both fell for Snow Bunny mind control. It's actually crazy. And they both, backstab their buddies to try to, move up in the community and use them as resources. Maybe Ant did hate Jar just because, he just saw himself, the worst qualities of himself, just amplified to 1,000 in this guy. They both held grudges. They both were passive aggressive. Maybe they were made for each other. This is actually fucking insane. Fuck me.
What in what regard?
People will be like, want to join our group chat, and I'll be like, no thanks, I don't want to join your group chat because I'm not going to understand what's going on in there. So I just don't. It's too much effort to go through everything. Right. And then years down the line, I hear oh, fucked up shit happened in that group chat, and I was like, oh, thank God I wasn't part of that group chat then.
Right. I mean, fair enough, I guess.
Cine offered me to join her group chat, which was the Cine Bear Defense Force with her, Kumo, Romantic Goblin. I think there was one other person in there, and I said no. I was not interested in joining a group chat like that.
Jar of Ants is crazy, Gilbert.
So it does. Okay. Actually, yeah, what motivated you to create an American History X review as your comeback video after 6 months?
I thought it was funny, and I wanted to talk about it.
Okay, fair enough, I guess. But I mean, you had received criticism for being racist, especially in regards to your outro being based around the white supremacist rewrite.
A song from an anti-racist movie, a parody of a parody, if anything. I don't understand the allegation. I think it's stretching way too far to make a point against me.
I mean, a parody of a racist parody, because it is I guess that is where you saw it in American History X, but it is a explicitly white supremacist parody, the version that's in there.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, the guy singing along is a skinhead.
Yeah.
But my parody of
okay,
that parody
buddy.
was not racist in and of itself. My parody was debunking SJWs and feminazis too.
Yeah,
a friend to help. I watched the movie. I came up with the outro with a.
I just think it's funny. Like, I don't actually think that this part is, like, you know, a heavy criticism. His outro is just, like, so iconic at this point, right? I'm not gonna call him a racist for his outro. Fuck me.
A friend, and he came up and I said, hey, I think this would make a good outro. Let's change the lyrics. And me and my friend sat down together and, like, you know, worked on it. And I thought it would be a pretty funny intro. Like, there's no dog whistling here.
No.
It's just a cool intro I came up with. Well, a cringe intro, actually, but I love cringe.
Right. Well, yeah, because, I mean, Cope and Seeth has already talked to you about all this stuff, but there's a lot.
Crust, don't make me defend Jar. Gilded, I don't think you want to defend Jar. You got slighted once. That's a little bit too much for your book. Okay? Now you gotta make a Jar video. Join the leagues of the Jar tent, okay?
Of other factors that kind of contribute to the sort of allegation that you're...
The Jar
racist or
tractors.
whatever. I don't personally give a fuck, but... yeah, like
If you don't give a fuck, then why ask about it? I don't know, it's just kind of... whatever.
What I call it, like, digital blackface, I guess.
Oh, that...
Yeah, it annoys me because the video is making fun of black supremacists. Like, the character is a Hotep while being simultaneously a black Israelite. That's the character I'm going for. And I'm making fun of black supremacy. I'm not making fun of black people. I'm making fun of black supremacy because, dude, black supremacy is fucking hilarious. Just look up Yakub. It's the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life.
LOL?
I do know what Yakub is, but interesting.
W
So you
Gilded.
made a video about black supremacy?
Yeah, because that's where the digital black, quote unquote, digital blackface is from.
Yeah,
And I
kind
didn't
of
think
figured.
it was
Right.
blackface. Yeah, and I didn't think it was blackface because it was like, well, it's not me putting black makeup on my face or even putting black makeup on my character. It's me having my avatar be black, which my editor, well, not my editor, my artist thought that's what I looked like in person. And that was their guess. And I thought, I need to figure out what to use this for. And that's what I used it for.
So your artist thought you were black in real life? Is that what you're...
You would be surprised. A lot of people think I'm black, thought I was black in real life for the longest.
Yeah, a lot of people also think that of me. You know, they just see me and go, yep, we knew. And then they get surprised when they see my hands not be filled with melanin. You know, that's just my day-to-day life. Fuck.
Time.
Okay.
I actually don't think Jar's racist. Yeah, I don't think I personally don't have enough to say he's racist. I think people like No One Asked jump the gun. I could see why some people would have issues with some things that he's done under that context, because I mean, I will say, the black character and saying, like, you know, whatever, that's one thing, or just, I know he was quoting it for context, but some people do just deem, like, you know, saying hard R, like, as racist, right? I can understand where the arguments stem from. I personally don't get caught up in that type of line of conversation because I am more focused on, you know, the cine stuff. I'm not trying to sit here and debate whether saying the N-word's racist or not. But whatever.
Yeah, you don't need to go into any specific details about the workplaces themselves, but have you been fired from your job in the past due to inappropriate comments in the workplace?
So keep in mind, I was homeschooled all my life and isolated, so I really couldn't learn a lot of social skills growing up.
Oh,
and my
boy.
first job, I did lose it due to some stuff I said. My boss wouldn't tell me what I said or who I said it to.
Right.
And then I went to Job Corps. I got a job in security. I kept that same job for over 5 years without getting fired. And I did that by not talking to people because I realized if I make a joke in front of a bunch of coworkers, 10 of them laugh, but one of them is made uncomfortable by it, they can just go to HR. And HR won't tell me who was offended or what I said. So I thought, you know,
Right.
best not to even like joke around at work. I will just joke about this kind of stuff with close friends, not people at the workplace. I've never hit on any of my coworkers. I don't shit where I eat.
Right.
If you break up with a coworker, you're still going to have to see your ex at work every day. So that's not a fun thing to do. So that's why I never hit on a coworker. But
Right.
I've noticed this, just to go a little bit off topic. Where are you even supposed to like hit on people anymore? You can't hit on them at work.
Oh, fuck
Everybody
off.
on dating apps are crazy now.
I mean,
I just hit on the ones that, you know, come to me saying that they're allegedly guilty. All right, I hit on the alleged child groomers. That's now see, they come to you thinking that you're going to save their career. They have no one else to talk to, so I just kind of sit there and just entertain them for a while. But you know, Yeah, what can you do? What can you do? Yeah.
I didn't really go to school, so I don't have a high school sweetheart. Like, I'm always careful when asking people out. Like, as I said before, like my girlfriend, I only asked her out because a mutual of ours told me she was interested.
I mean, it is a bit harder in the age of information, the internet age, but it's still possible. I mean, I'm
Of course, I have a relationship right now,
yeah,
and I'm
true.
me, so that says something.
Yeah. Yeah, so what's it called? Why did you make the second response video?
It was because I found that call with what's his face, Vincent Skullman. I saw what I said there, and I thought, okay, this got to prove it. And also, by first response, I was joking around way too much. People couldn't tell when I was serious when I was joking around, so I thought, okay, I actually need to take this serious.
Dude, this guy was actually thinking about just posting a Rickroll and was optics checking posting a Rickroll as his response. And people told him, no, don't do that. That's fucking stupid. You would actually, that's career suicide within itself. Fuck.
I thought about things for a long time. I'm going to just say what's on my mind, try to make things more clear, get straight to the point, and of course, make things shorter. And it just, of course, didn't work. Less backlash in the first one, but, you know, I don't think I could have made it any worse than the first one. The hardest part about all of this, though, by far, is that most people who watch my video don't actually watch it. They watch a live streamer giving their opinion on.
Thank you for the 5, Evil Excellent. Jar, lock in and don't go after BPD chicks. What happened? Look what happened to me, lol. Yeah, never go for Slimed Alien, dude. That's bleak. That's bleak.
What they're seeing. Because around 2024, my numbers suddenly like started dropping really, really fucking fast. Like a lot of people are like, oh, Jar, your numbers fell because of the drama. No, it didn't. My numbers were falling before then. So I just don't have the numbers I used to like say my piece or whatever. And I think it was time to make a second response, but I'm never going to make a third one unless, of course, like I have like actually I'm not even going to say that. I don't think I'm going to make a third one ever.
Okay. Yeah, the what's it called? The hang on. Yeah, sorry, I keep getting fucking losing my train of thought.
That's fine, man. It's a long call.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like you addressed like pretty much everything in the first video. I mean so the second response video was just a redo to like take out the jokes and just cover the call that you found.
Yeah, and you know, fix my wording a little bit, make because I want people to know that I don't do like the whole how they call the sleepy time calls. Like they think it's like a romantic thing or I'm gooning with the other person. I hate that they're called sleepy time calls. It's not the name I picked, but I guess they are calls that happen around sleepy time, so I guess you could call them that. But
you picked it. You said the definite. You thought what a sleepy time call was. You just called someone late at night and then, you know, hung up right before going to bed. That's just an average late night call. No, a sleepy time call, all right, as gay as it is to explain, is a call that you have with someone that you fall asleep on intentionally with. I'm not talking about accidentally. Sometimes people just fall asleep on Discord because they're like, you know, watching something and they just crash, right? Whatever. But normally the ones we're referring to commonly is intentionally sleeping with someone on call. So it's come on. Fuck me.
I'm never do them in a romantic way. I never do.
I mean, look, I went and looked at the times on every single one of the calls he had with Cinear, and every single one of them was either like late at night or had a message before or after mentioning sleeping. So it does look pretty damning. Pretty much every the only call that isn't was the call that you released. So the sleepy time calls is a pretty damning allegation, I would say. I don't know if you're beating that one.
Well, I'm trying to. It's just like it's hard because I don't have any of those calls recorded. And I can't show people what happened in them, and she doesn't either. So it's like,
so that's another thing. I mean, why? Like, if you're saying you're not trying to flirt with her or whatever, why are you building this personal relationship with her? Like, surely every single call you have with this person that you're making a video about should be recorded.
Yeah,
I get that. It's just I wanted her to trust me so I could get the information out of Jack and Eno, and I was planning to record more calls we would have later on because I wanted to look into this deeper than anyone else did. I really wanted to get to the bottom.
on. Why the fuck would you autistically yap about Star Wars to the alleged child groomer at the time, dude? Come on. Come on. Fuck me.
Of what was the hell was going on here, because like something just didn't feel right about this whole drama. It just seemed to blow up really quickly. And Jack being like, "Hey, I know my roommate groomed someone. Give me money I'm going to spend on My Little Pony."
Yeah, that GoFundMe was pretty egregious. Yeah.
But I wouldn't. It takes me a long time to feel romantic attraction to anyone, and I would not do that. Like, my girlfriend knows me. A lot of other people have defended me, saying like, "Yeah, I know you, Jar. You say like weird shit, but I know you well enough to know you wouldn't do something like this." And I didn't. I had no romantic interest in her. I wasn't trying to flirt with her. I really wasn't. And I know the more I defend, this is the worst part. The more I defend myself, the more.
Sorry, you cut out.
Sydney took him out.
Hello?
Fuck. Sydney, no. Sydney, please.
You sent a message. Yeah, I can't hear you.
Jar thinks he's got the autism riz. True. Dude. Jar. Can you imagine if this was like the rest of the call? Skip it
Can't
on.
hear me at all. Like, can you see me speaking?
Like,
Okay, there
it
we go.
is insulting to me that like it does offend me that no one can find my nudes. I've never sent nudes to anyone, never asked for nudes for anyone, and all this other stuff. Like, careful, because romantic stuff is the main thing that gets like YouTubers in deep shit. And I've been
remember to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, guys. Yeah, now let's go back to this fucking
like so careful with like who I hit on and who I talk to and all this stuff, and then suddenly
True,
DMs
Navi.
get leaked and people are like, and people hate me, so and people don't like me, so of course they're going to come to this conclusion, and there's nothing I can really do to like completely disprove it.
I don't think it's necessarily about people disliking you. It's just an extraordinarily easy conclusion to come to based on the evidence that's available. For example, I mean, this isn't even with Cinear, but in the instance of Melly Malware with VidCon, I recall you saying that you did mention just joking at the end of the message where you asked her out to drinks, right? But
JK lol.
Then followed the message saying, "Did you see my last message?" I mean, that seemed kind of like you, because she responded to what you said, and then you said, "Did you see my last message?"
Yeah, like, do you find it funny? Like, I understand now that like I have to be careful with jokes like this. That's why I have been trying my darndest to change and avoid another situation like this. Because I knew not to say them at work. I would avoid coworkers to not make those jokes, and then now I have to be careful online as well. Because of the conclusions people will come to. Like, I know you say it's an extremely easy conclusion to come to. I disagree. I think under different circumstances. I mean, just look at Kumo. Oh, he called her sweetheart, and people were sweeping for him left and right, saying, "Oh, well, that's a common Southern thing to say to women." And I was like,
what?
"No, it fucking isn't."
No, I never. The moment that I saw fucking Kumo's DMs, I knew that guy was also a simping. Okay,
dude. Okay. Who swept? That was Kumo's excuse? Maybe Goblin? Maybe Evan does things? Maybe. I'm not too sure on those two. Maybe. But even the stream he said it on, he got instantly contested on. And you gotta remember, right? Back in 2024, when Hippleton was streaming and having Goblin and Kumo come on, this was a pretty neutral, if not positive environment for those two. Now, were they met with lots of criticism at the time? Sure. But this was going to be like the best environment for them at the moment, especially when things were going down. And even then, Kumo got pressed for that shit. So who the fuck swept? Dude, who actually swept? Find me one sweeper. Hold on, just checking something. Find me one sweeper. you can't. But yeah.
I think you both are in the same boat, to be honest, in that regard. But
the difference is, I believe I'm innocent. Like, I don't, like, I know people
Lol?
will say you're just making yourself look more guilty by saying you're not, and it does come across as me being defensive. I know it does. I just wish people believed me when I said no, wasn't interested in her at all, because the main thing that insults me is that, like, I love my girlfriend to death. Like, I was getting ready to move in with this woman. I love her to death. She is fucking hot, dude. I'm not going to do better than this, dude.
I'm not muted. Good
staying
life.
with her.
Hi. Yeah, I mean, I wish you guys luck. That sounds good. But I was going to say, it does seem to me as if your main motivation behind, like, pretty much all these responses, where your as you said, your main priority is to beat the simp allegations, is basically just to it's driven by the desire to not ruin your relationship, is what I'm gathering.
Well, of course, but, like, my girlfriend and I have talked. She knows how I've talked to other people. She knows, like, I wouldn't cheat on her, especially with someone like Cine. She knows that Cine, again, herself said, I didn't think it was a pass. So from where I'm standing, I'm like, everybody seems to be like, the people who matter most in this conversation seem to be all in agreement with each other.
Sure.
And I understand it's funny, like the idea of me throwing everything away just to get into a predator's pants. I get it. It's funny. It's funny as fuck. But it's not.
So I will play something on stream, a couple things on stream, because I don't want to, lose the thought. I'll play this first, and then I'll play the conversation. I'll look at the conversation you had with Templeton after, because I think that's an interesting thing to highlight. But yeah, let's listen to this.
If he were to do that again, and I told him to leave, if he compromised, obviously he would move out and leave, and I wouldn't have to deal with him. But if he ended up being, like, not very capable, or he ended up being, like, upset, obviously I would have to call authorities.
Interesting. So yeah, if Jar ever tries to claim that that was just a thing that didn't happen, that's literally his girlfriend saying it. So, yeah. Okay. Lol. Alright, I'll just keep it up here and then keep going. Fuck me.
True, and it's at my expense. And I understand that the more I defend myself, the more I deny it, the more people are just going to push for it. And that sucks. And, yeah, that's kind of the boat I'm in.
Right.
Why does that sound like a minor, such a devious comment? Fucking hell. I'm going to speed it up just a little bit more, because I can't imagine that there's that much more important to talk about.
I mean, to be honest, I think I might have some more, because I still have a little bit to cover in my video. But so I mean, I doubt we'll need another call, to be honest. I think I've covered pretty much everything I was wondering about. Do you have anything in particular you want to add?
Let me see.
You want to talk about Kumo, right?
We didn't go over.
Oh, did I miss something?
Yeah, the Kumo thing. Kumo claimed that you have fabricated allegations.
True. Actually, I did want to ask about that. Kumo claims that you had fabricated. Kumo claimed that you have fabricated allegations against yourself in an attempt to create some sort of immunity for potential future allegations. Is there any merit to this thought?
No. I like, dude, the guy thinks I was trying to rape City. Like,
right.
Disingenuous.
Like he fabricated those allegations against me. And my best guess is the whole prior poorly photoshopped grooming allegations Chaos 55T made about me. But I didn't make those, and I couldn't have made those because unless.
See, the thing with Kumo is, right, I could understand where he's coming from, but he would sometimes just, like, bring up conspiracy theories, right? And it's like, it's just kind of like one of those things where it's like, okay, that could be interesting if it was true, right? Where, like, Jar faked the evidence, against himself to make himself, like, look like a victim. That would be fucking hella interesting. Yeah, that would be really interesting. Problem. Not really a basis. And I don't think Kumo really had a basis when he brought up that idea. Now, it's been a while. Whether he has publicly said that or is behind the scenes said that could be clarified, but I have no recollection of where he said it. I know that he's talked to Jar about the, the grooming allegations before. I think Jar showed, like, screenshots in the first video or something about that, regarding that. But, yeah, other than that, I don't think he's ran around with that. I've not seen that. But if it does come up, I'd be more than happy to look at it.
Of course, I had help, but I'm dyslexic as fuck, and the person in those DMs has like perfect spelling, and they're using emojis. I like never use emojis. Like,
Okay.
I have debunked,
That's okay, go.
Yeah, like Kumo, when he first saw them, he was like the only person, aside from a few others, who thought they were real. And when he confronted me about it, I just said, dude, my video is going to be about this, going to be out in just a few more days. Can you just like wait? And when Kumo thinks you're guilty of something, he's going to think you're guilty forever. And I kind of find it funny that people act like I'm a self-reporting dumbass, and they also think I'm a super smart guy who's manipulating everyone on puppet strings simultaneously. Like, which is it? Am I this super smart genius who figured out, yes, I will fabricate these allegations against myself as an overshield, or whatever I'm doing, or am I this like really stupid guy? Because you can't have them both be true simultaneously. I'm not George.
Actually, I think that you could play this game of knowing what you're doing is wrong, but I do think that you do have some manipulative qualities. Like, if you're getting shit, I think that you probably do exercise the tactic of, hey, in order for this person to go easier on me, I'm going to embarrass myself more in call to make myself appear as more vulnerable, so that I just look like a guy that's, having a hard break, right? I just look like a guy that just can't catch a break. Not malice, just fucking dumb, guys. Yeah, whoopsie doodle, am I right? I think that is a quality that you possess, which that would be attributed to being manipulative in that sense. I think that is a manipulative quality that is that kind of possesses some form of malice. So, yeah, I think that you do try to present yourself more as a dumbass so that people go easier on yourself while you do pull the strings. I think both can be true. Schrodinger's idiot. Yes, Gilded.
Bush.
Well, I mean, whether what's that going?
Like, do you think they're real?
What, fabricating allegations against yourself? I do kind of find it weird how you seem to encourage like the sexism and racism allegations.
What do you mean encourage them?
Well, like you bring them up all the time. Like in the call with Cinear,
Yeah.
for example, you're like, at least call me racist, or at least like, yeah.
No, I said I don't want to be racist jar anymore. I want to be sexist jar.
Yeah, that's right.
But that's not. But those are not things I'm fabricating against myself. That's not like with those
You're the king of
Photoshopped
racism.
DMs, those really poorly photoshopped DMs. Not he, but she, that's Chaos and her friend roommate. They made those against me.
Okay.
And
I don't know what you're talking about, to be honest with you, but
okay, then I don't have any idea what you're talking about, because that's the only thing I can think of that Kumo might be talking about.
well, Kumo said it. I don't fucking know what he's talking about. I was just asking you.
Okay, well, that's the best guess I have, because when Kumo thinks you're guilty, he's going to think you're guilty forever. It doesn't matter what you do. He has this like really big hate voter for me for the longest time, and he's just a very odd and quite disturbing individual.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Kumo. Look, I used to really despise Kumo. Right, I used to heavily dislike him. I think I've become a lot softer on my approach with Kumo due to the fact that, like, I don't think any of his actions are excusable. I think that they're all heavily criticizable. But it's like, it's kind of hard to say that he ran with malice. I think that he definitely did have issues. I 100% was schizophrenic. So when some people bring up some things, and admittedly, I used to be a dick in some regards to some of the areas that like were brought up. It is a question of, is it malicious, or is he just a schizophrenic mess that should not be online? I don't think he should be on the internet, regardless. He's shown that he cannot do this. He's shown that he cannot handle this, and this is going to follow him for the rest of his life with how he fucked up. And I'm not saying anything necessarily against that. But it's kind of hard for me a year later to be like, oh yeah, this guy fucking sucks. I don't think I would ever personally reach out. I don't think I would ever think about befriending this guy or even like letting him on the live if he really wanted to be on. I don't know. If he really wanted to have a talk and debate against it, I doubt it. But I don't know. I just don't really have that same energy towards the guy anymore. It's like, it's been over a year. The guy's fucked up. It's like, how many times can you really bring up the same thing, for starters, over and over again, till it just starts becoming like redundant, for one. And for two, it's like, was it malice, or does this guy just need to like get his fucking life in order? Like, I don't know. Kumo, call in now. Okay, buddy. Kumo is nothing but malice. You haven't actually talked to him long enough, and I know enough friends who have. I've known the guy for 2 years. Okay? I've known the guy, well, But see, this is the problem with the malice argument. Does he know he's like? So this is the issue, right? When it came to people like Sen and Brion, I think that there was a strong element that he does believe what he was saying. I think that there was an element that he 100% believed what he was saying. Was he wrong in some regards? Probably. I would think so in some areas, yeah. But it's like, I think like, okay, like for example with Brion, this is a case that's not even like been really talked about for a while. Kuma would go around framing the guy as a 4 to 5 year age gap when all that we could prove was it was 3 years. Anytime that you would ask him, hey, was it, do you have evidence for it being 4 to 5 years? He would always chant, it's public information, bro. Go look for it yourself. Never once has he ever provided the information or evidence that it was 4 to 5 years. Now, that could be a case that he dug himself a hole and was too stubborn to admit that he was wrong. And that within itself is criticizable. 100%. But do I think that he thought Brion was a completely innocent individual and went at him for no reason? No. I don't think that at all. I think that he exaggerated some details to convince more people. And that within itself could be malicious. Sure. But I don't think that there's been a case that I could think of where he went at a completely innocent person and just made up something out of the blue to slander them. Yeah, he made false pedo allegations in 2 communities. I was in purely out of spite because they recognized him as the guy who made a girl. Yeah, I know about the cut thing. And trust me, right? Hold on, I don't think Kumo is pure malice. He's actually pretty chill. The issue is that Kumo is not good and mood control. Yeah, I think genuinely when Kumo's wrong, the biggest issue that you're going to bump into is I think he's just too stubborn to admit it. And that is a problem within itself. But that is the reason why I think he repeatedly digs himself a hole. Because he'll say something that I think he genuinely believes, then he gets tested on it, and instead of just like taking the L, he'll just like run around with it. Be like, no, everyone else is wrong. You got to see it in this way. You got to see it in this light. And I think there's a couple ways, like things to bring up. I think there was a guy I'm buddies with, a guy named Krillix. There was a situation that happened like a year ago. He was in a call with him, and all he heard was this guy was dating someone that was a minor. And he started getting on his case. It was a 1 year age gap and a few months of 18 and 16, and Kumo framed it like he was luring minors. And when he was shown how fucking stupid that it was, he just doubled down. He just doubled down like a fucking dumbass. So it's like, I think that that is the bigger issue. That he doubles down when he's just objectively wrong. And that gets him into like way more shit. If he was just way more, which again, I'm having criticisms that applied to him more accurately a couple years ago, right? I have no idea how he is now. But if he was just more willing to admit that he fucked up, then yeah, I think that he would be in severely less shit. Genuinely. I'm not having the cutting girl debate thing here, though. I'm not engaging in that, bro. I've talked about it before. Fuck me. But yeah. Yeah. Here we go. We're gonna continue.
Individual, in my opinion.
Yeah, don't worry about that. I cover him in a little segment in this video, and I conclude he's worse than you. Although I do have a lot of issues. Like I probably won't bother putting this in the video because I'm saying it in the video. It's like my criticism of you or whatever. But essentially, like, yeah, I mean, actually, I will ask you this actually. This I will probably put in the video. So in regards to that, like aforementioned, you know how I started the conversation by basically asking how you mentioned you developed a hero complex or whatever. And you said something along the lines of you wanted to be a firefighter when you were younger, and of course you want to like help people or whatever. But I was more referring to I think it's in the Cope and Seathco, you lay out a whole this whole list of like 5 women that you've basically gone in on like dramas for, and like defended them from dramas, like Hopeless Peaches being one of them, or like Cindy Bear obviously being another, and I think you mentioned like Toby or something, Majestic or something, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, like Princess Elizabeth is probably the first example.
That's right. You mentioned them as well.
I just think it sucks when like there's someone standing alone. Everybody's against them. They have.
Okay, yeah, look, you guys keep talking about the thing, bro. Look, I think, okay, like I've said before, the biggest issue that Kumo fucked himself was he just said some things as well that was able to be proven false if he just looked at the recording. I think that he doubled down and made some contradicting statements at the time. I believe he's either corrected himself or has explained it more in detail later. But his initial reaction being used as a point was what fucked him, because he literally like screamed to the top of his lungs and had like a spurgy crash out, which I believe is the reason why he took down the video in the first place. But yeah. Kubo has valid points. I think we need him back. I would never advocate for that, bro. Look, he can be a funny spurg at times, but like, dude. Fuck. Can we go back to Jar? Dude, Kumo's like a huge part of the story, yeah, but you know what? Yeah. We'll go back to Jar. But yeah, I'm not trying to make this a Kumo thing, but yeah, it was a part of the discussion that was relevant. To be fair. But yeah. Let's go. Let's keep on going.
Like, no hope out of this. And with the
Oh, what's up, K-Hawk?
Toby thing, the Toby thing was like not initially my idea. Like, other people kind of dragged me into that one. But even with the Cine Bear thing, I just wanted to get on her good side. And then after that, I wanted to talk to Eno and Jack. Get her side of the story, then talk to Eno and Jack, remake the video again. I had this whole thing planned out. I know I've repeated this like a gajillion times already. I'm not trying to put all the blame on Kumo, because I was the one who
well, you do, though.
And uploaded what I had, not knowing what to do at that point. But yeah, I have helped out people in the past. It's just everyone I helped out, aside from Princess Elizabeth, like...
What about Romantic Goblin? She could fucking die. Dude, Goblin, little clout Goblin that tried to climb the ranks and just didn't go anywhere, dude. Fucking, she got her fame. Alright, she got the fame that she fucking so ever wanted, okay? Fuck.
Okay, I helped out Spockter. He did stupid shit and then quit. Peaches did stupid shit and quit. Why even help people? Like, I don't gain, like, I do get that level of endorphins, like, oh, that feeling you get when you do the good thing, but then they do stupid shit, bad shit, and it's like, well, what was the point of this? Like, I helped out someone who was probably a bad person from the start. Why even do this at all? So, like, yeah, I kind of don't want to help people, like, at least not like how I used to. If I want to help people, I guess I'll donate some of my money privately to, like, a third world family or some shit. Probably go a lot further with helping those types of people out.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, like, more broadly, the I mean, like, yeah, I mean, I think you basically answered the question, but more broadly, would you say, would you have gone and defended like Cine Bear if it wasn't for your experiences in like the Hopeless Peaches or like Spockter dramas and shit like that?
Well, I'm going to repeat this again. The only thing I was going to help her with, if she was telling the truth, was like, hey, she censored it herself. It's still bad, but less bad. Like,
why would that even be a point of contention to defend, though? See, that, okay. Arguably, her censoring it herself to send to the minor shows that she is more fully aware of what she's doing is inherently wrong. Because she is censoring it and sending it to the minor. She knows what she's doing is wrong. She knows it's wrong to talk to the kid this way. So her censoring it actually kind of makes it look worse with the argumentation of intention on her end. So, lol.
Killing 5 people, that's bad, but only killing 4, less bad, but still bad. That was the only thing I was planning to defend her on, but I was also trying to get into contact with Jack and Eno, and I'm tired of people, including you, constantly leaving that part out.
What do you mean?
Like, I was like, okay, Cinny, here's the next draft of the video. Have I gained your trust? Awesome. Can I have the contact information of Jack and Eno? Thank you, Cinny. Now I'm going to reach out to these people and get their side of the story. Oh, fuck. Kumo leaked out my video. Oh, fuck. I panic uploaded what I had.
I've talked about your third draft, Jar. It just didn't make any fucking sense. Because it would have made a lot more sense for your first response to be like, hey, this is an incomplete version of the video and I was still in the research phase. I'm still working on this topic. I'm very sorry of like how this is, like how this went down. This is not takes that I currently stand with. Okay? Like if he said something like that at the time, you still would have been cooked, right? but like less cooked as like it being takes that you currently hold. So it just kind of comes off like you're just coping and trying to retrospectively give yourself defenses, like we should have known the whole time when you didn't say anything. You only said it in your second response, which was like a year later. So like, yeah, of course people left it out. The fuck?
Never even heard of someone else being in this situation before.
I definitely don't leave any of that out. I don't know what you're talking about, but
yeah, but you keep asking, like, would you have defended Cinny? Like, you defended Cinny this, you defended Cinny that. The thing is, that wasn't like the intentions. Like, especially when you hear me talk to like Vincent.
But that's what you did.
Okay, you can say that, but like as I said, you've been pedantic about the grooming label, and also on top of that, there's the sorry, I lost my train of thought. But there's the yeah, I mean, yeah, there is just the fact that like you, like, yeah, you got rushed by Kuma, but the end product you did release was a very pro Cinny Bit video.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
And so it doesn't really necessarily matter what your intention was, because you did end up posting that as the video. That is the video that went live to your audience, right?
I know. I didn't know. It was very stupid of me, because I just thought, okay, I'm just going to post this, and then when people ask about it, I'll just say, okay, look, this wasn't what I was going to post.
Right.
Kumo did that, and now I didn't think I had any chance of like reaching out to Jack and Eno after he did that, because I knew Jack and Eno were watching his video, and then I thought, also I thought when he posted that video, fuck, no one's like, I can't like walk back on this now, like no one's going to believe me. And if you don't want to believe me, dude, I'm going to be real here. If you don't want to believe me, that is fine. That is fine, because like I can't 100% prove it one way or another. And you saying like it doesn't matter, to an extent, I do agree with you. That's why I reached out to Eno, because of how my video affected her, and I apologized.
Yeah. But also, I do actually kind of want to ask, why did you want to reach out to Birdie? Like, what was the point of reaching out to them? Like I get you wanted to get their side of things, but couldn't you still make a like video that was negative then by just like looking into the story?
It's because people were complaining that I don't reach out to people enough in my past like drama videos. They're like, oh, you should have reached out to these people and get their side of the story. So I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna start doing that now. And now I realize why. If you want to know why I didn't do it to begin with, I think this is a pretty good reason for it. Not doing that shit anymore. I'm done with it. I don't give a, like, no other drama channel pretty much does that. So like you can't expect me when pretty much no one else is doing that.
Fair enough, yeah. I mean, like I tend to.
You're reaching out?
Yeah, I tend to reach out to the people I'm talking about, but they rarely ever respond. So.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Yeah, I think this is a good way to segue into this. You tend to reach out to people, but they rarely ever respond. Here's your DMs with Hippleton, by the way. Yo, I'm working on a jar video that recaps the events of last year, and I was looking to get access to the unlisted video / jar call 1 that doesn't have people reacting over the top. Thanks for your time. Aw shit, I just saw this, I'm assuming. It's too late now. Sorry man, Twitter DMs are retarded. So this is Hippleton. Then we got Lord Crust again. Oh, no worries. It took me a while to see this. Ah ha ha ha. Yeah, if you want to send it over, that'd be appreciated still. Cool, just remind me tomorrow, and I will get it to you. And then, right, he doesn't remind him tomorrow, right? He sends this, doesn't remind him tomorrow. And he says, a friend told me to watch your segment on my vid, and I be doing so now. Off rip, my bad. I should have reached back out to you and refilmed that segment. To be clear, it wasn't my intention to frame you as a pussy in our interactions. I had written that part about you avoiding the message. When I first asked when I looked at the DM, it was marked with a check mark indicating it was seen. Although, that could have been me misunderstanding Twitter DM's checksmart system. And so I made the segment with Queeman's reaction. By the time you got back to me, it was already edited, but I thought I might be able to fit the raw version in if he sent it. But then you took a further day and asked me to remind you tomorrow. So when combined with the check mark, I just got the impression you were fucking me around and didn't bother because it was edited anyway. As I said, I completely admit that's my bad. Dude, how the fuck? How the fuck do you get that? This interview is all over the place, right? Notes, bro? No, genuinely. So he failed to reach out to Impleton and framed him in a worse light and even said that he was like running like a pussy. I have no fucking clue as to why. I don't know why. But let me see. So we went over that. What would be the next one? Yeah, so then this, right? Still watching through to see. I'll see if you don't have any other major complaints. But yeah, I don't dislike you or anything like that. And I wasn't trying to frame you in a bad light. 20 hours of calls with Jar is questionable to me, but I get why you did so. And the Joker boat stuff was just too funny to me not to mention. Although, I'm not up to you covering that in your VOD yet. This is touched. This is touched. I just had to make fun of the Jonker stuff, okay? It was crucial. Dude. Fuck me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm being somewhat hyperbolic naturally, as I normally do in my coverage. Felt you framed me a bit strangely, and your recounting of our conversation felt disingenuous. And had some complaints about your interview with Jar. I think that's it, but I'm exhausted. I'm about to go to sleep. Then have an interview with Brody Fox, and one with Charlie Kirk, conspiracy theorist. After so, if I take a bit to respond, that's why.
Yeah, no worries at all.
I just think you don't know me and informed yourself on who I am based on stuff from almost 2 years ago at this point, when you could have contacted me at any time with questions, etc. You got Beckett's Discord. If you wanted to have an actual conversation to clear up potential misconceptions, you could have pretty easily gotten mine.
See, that's the thing, right? He got Beckett, and Beckett reached out to FPS Diesel, right? But he didn't try really hard to go to Himpleton. It kind of feels like he just got lazy and wanted to frame him in a certain way. But yeah. I'm very open to discussing the retarded shit I've done in the past, taking my licks and owning criticism made of me. So, if you talk about something like the parlor shit or something else I'm involved in the future, I'd appreciate the courtesy of a convo rather than going with narratives, etc. Yeah, that would be an accurate assessment, and I am sorry for that. I should have definitely cleared stuff up with you beforehand. I will make sure to do so in the future. Anything else for me out of what you watched, or no? Because I'm happy to further explain things. Actually, one thing I was confused about was whether Jar knew you were recording the call before you got into the first one. I assume not, because the question he raised asking whether you were recording doesn't matter either way, because he clearly wasn't uncomfortable with it and assumed you would, but I kept getting conflicting explanations of that. Otherwise, I watched your follow-up segment, and I gotta say, genuinely wasn't trying to frame you as anything more than partially deranged in that vid. I understand that I fucked that up, and that's why I reached out to you to apologize. Bend the knee, as your homie said. Bro. In regards to mistaking Eno's age, yeah, that's IMO. My Jar video biggest fuck up, because I was mistaken when in the call Jar and thought she was the now 19-year-old victim of Cine rather than the 16-year-old Eno. Brother. Holy fuck. Is that your Himpleton impression, lol? Yeah, doing like the deep voice. Yeah, that's, the like deep Joker-esque voice I try. Yeah. Memory's a bit foggy on it, but I don't think he did, not entirely sure. I record most calls like that are with people who done shit like Jar defending grooming. Not sure if it's morally like evil or whatever, but I don't regret it. If by my follow-up segment you mean what I did tonight, I feel like I explained my 20 hours thing. Listen, I got a really bad first impression of you, but I don't think you're necessarily evil or anything. Just think it's kinda odd that I happen to encounter two pretty glaring errors. My thing and the Eno stuff within the small 20-minute section of your 6.5-hour video I watched, and don't think it's necessarily ridiculous to say you might have done more with the logic. Again, not saying that's the case or you're evil, etc., just saying that's how it came off. I genuinely do appreciate you reaching out to me and apologizing, correcting course. I try to be fair to you when I watched the interview, and I was harsh, but even in the moments with Femios was dunking on you, I try to give the good faith understanding that it's your first. Yeah, fair enough. I did see 20 hours. Explanation, and to be honest, your first segment's rebuttal got the idea as to why you did a cross. No worries on that. But yeah, nah, that is completely reasonable. No worries at all. I ain't concerned by the dunking or anything. It's fair considering the context. Well, I actually have a lot of respect for the fact you didn't soy out over it. A lot of people freak out when they get criticized heavily like that. We're all good. I'm going to have the good faith these were honest mistakes and not an indication of anything else. Alrighty, much appreciated, and good luck with the future projects. I'll make sure to hit you up before a vid goes live in the future if you are involved in the situation. Thanks. You too, man. Now, the thing that's interesting, right? I know the argument would be asking, is it malice or not? Hi, Ace, I'm back for break. Anyways, chat, can we... No poor Ace thread. No poor Ace. What are these DMs? So many words. Well, yeah, it's like you have Himpleton's contact, and you decided to still frame him a certain way, especially after he said he's open to having a conversation and to follow him up. But you framed it like he was running. You framed it like he pussied out, right? Which is the weird thing. So it's like you frame it like he pussied out, then he's in the DMs, and you're bending the knee like a motherfucker. I mean, it looks fucking soyish. It looks kind of fucking weird, spineless even. So it's like, yeah, like I don't necessarily have enough to say that Lord Crust is like this evil individual, but it definitely does bring his research into question when he's mixing up crucial details like Eno and bug spray, and intentionally, what comes off as intentionally not reaching out to Himpleton, maybe for the least severe reason, he was just fucking lazy. He had a lot of work done, didn't really feel like redoing it. It probably could be just something as simple as that. But it does put the credibility of the video into question when you have crucial details like that, and bug spray thing fucked up, and you weren't willing to follow up with someone for their side of the story, but you were willing to pretty much for everyone else, right? It's just really fucking weird. But, yes. Yeah, anyways. Gilda, don't say poor Ace, you're next. You're fucking next, buddy.
Okay, I mean, you have responded, so I had this call, might as well.
Yeah, this is something I've noticed. Like, people will reach out to me, and I will like pick up the phone and talk to them. And I know it won't go well for me. I know maybe I'm just being stupid here, but I sometimes it does go well. Like, there are some people who say like, "Yeah, I'm totally on your side. I want to defend you, but I'm too scared to." And I'm like, "That's fine. Totally get it." And
Sure.
with you, like, I know you're going to get some money out of this. People are going to react to your video. People are going to say like,
maybe, I don't know. I haven't uploaded in like 5 months. The video could just die on release. I don't fucking know.
It's Shark Tent, man. It's going to like get
Maybe.
the eyes on it. But when it comes to me, the longer and longer I've done like videos on YouTube, the harder and harder for me it has been to like figure out how to do the right thing, how to make everyone happy. And sometimes you have to go with one way or the other. And I know it sounds like an excuse, this and that, and it's a really rough situation I'm in. And if
Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, if there's one video I wish I never even got started on, I wish I never ever even started on the first draft of this anything. This was too serious of a situation. I didn't expect things to go wrong like they did, but it was my decision. It was my decision to get involved. And I'm facing the consequences of those actions. And I can keep saying like, this isn't true, that isn't true. But most people are saying, especially now, no, you're guilty. You're this and that. And it does suck. But if I could get another chance to like get back to making videos, I would like to. I'm never going to make the same mistake as I did just. Sorry, I'm tripping over my words.
It's okay.
I'm not going to make the same mistake again. I've learned my lesson. I've learned my lesson. I want to move on with my life. And while I do agree what I did was not okay, not the stuff I actually did wrong, of course. I think it's a little overblown with how much people talked about it. I think it's a little much, and I think I just can't believe it's already been a year. It's been over a year, and people are still fucking talking about it.
Because you responded to it again, you fucking jackass.
Yeah,
like the fuck?
I mean, I'm personally just fucking slow making videos, and I had a bunch of other shit I wanted to do before.
I'm not blaming you.
Yeah. Well, actually, I found it interesting that I reached out to you, and then like a couple days afterwards, you ended up releasing your second response video. I was like, what the fuck? was I like loosely associated with fucking motivating that? But I don't think so, right?
You were a good argument for me for when people said, "Oh, Char, everybody was done talking about this, and then you revived it," and it was like, "No, people were still going to talk about it, you dumb fucks.
Yeah.
They're still going to like." I just saw a video on Cinear that was 2 weeks old. People are still talking about it. This whole only I'm keeping it going bullshit. People are still talking about it. I could kill myself, and people will still be talking about it for the next 2 years.
Well, to be honest with you, bro, you just don't address that shit at this point. You're done with it. It is a year-old topic. Like it's for us to milk, other creators, you know.
Yeah, but I'm just blown away with the amount of milking. Like I always knew I was a cringe person. I'm awkward. I always knew I would get canceled. This was not in the cards for me on how it would happen. I expected the big document thing to get me canceled. Like someone would drop a big document with all these screenshots, video clips kind of thing.
Yeah. The 300-page like Cinderella document. Sorry.
Yeah. That's what I was expecting to happen. Not.
Oh yeah, Jar would know
like
about
this.
the Parlo
I will
stuff.
say it really came out of left field for me. And
fuck.
I know you're going to make the video. It's gonna make me look not the best.
It is it's a highlight reel for embarrassing moments, to be perfectly honest. Yeah.
Of course it is. But if I was in your shoes, I would probably be doing the same thing. So I can't really be mad at you for it.
That's fair.
Yeah, but I just hope.
Yes, okay.
I just hope my numbers can at least go up a little bit. just a little bit. Like,
well, I think honestly at this point it's obvious that you've lost a lot of goodwill with your audience in general and just like the community as a whole, I would say. And so I think you going and making like drama content right now, like the iDubbbz and like Hassan videos and like all that stuff, kind of just goes to show you haven't learned your lesson as much as you say you have. I think it indicates otherwise to a lot of people. And I don't know, because I do like what you're doing with your third channel. As far as I can tell, that's all just like film reviews and shit, right? And you haven't done anything drama-wise on that.
Yeah, I'm not going to press the standard if you can't make drama content. Covering low-stakes stuff is nowhere close to being directly in contact with parties involved. One's like an outside observer, and one's like, one's in the jungle, okay? Completely different.
It's just reviews, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's been pure reviews. You can see for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I did take a glance at it and watched, like, I think I watched, like, the first release and that was it. But, yeah, I do appreciate that you're trying that, but, and it's not going great, obviously, but I think if you keep putting work into it and figure out a nice review for me or some shit like that, there'll be people that will give you the goodwill again, just don't need to doing drama and shit,
I get that. I get where you're coming from, but if I'm not going to have any goodwill, might as well do it like this, and, God, I'm tired.
Fair enough.
Give me a second.
Lol. Lord Crust, run! He's about to sleeping call right now.
Like, I've learned my lesson in getting involved with, like, Cine stuff. I've learned that lesson. I just think it's a little messed up that, I had a pretty good track record up to this point, and, like, you bring up my audience leaving me. My audience...
Pretty good track record up to this point? No. You were a joke in mainline? You just haven't fucked up big enough for people to milk you. See, you're conflating that, okay? Just because you weren't milked to oblivion doesn't mean you had a good track record. You just didn't have as many eyes on you before this. You were always like a fucking joke. You were always a punching bag. Whenever people saw you, they always just like, rolled their eyes, okay? Like, that's just what it was. Okay, come on.
Was like randomly starting to leave me at the very end of 2023, and it was so random to me because I was like getting more views than ever before, and then suddenly like everything just like dips out of nowhere.
Well, I mean, after looking into you more and more, it does seem as if it's not like out of nowhere per se. Like, it does seem like this has been building. It's not just like, obviously the Cinear situation was like the big bang, the big moment, the big straw that broke the camel's back or whatever. But and like it seems to me as if this is like a sort of pattern of behavior, repeated behavior that's kind of like been building over time. I was just like.
Well, yeah, that's why I started like moving away from drama to begin with, like 2 years ago, because I thought, okay, everyone, no matter who you are, everybody has a pattern of behavior when it comes to drama. And if I do have a pattern of behavior that I'm not seeing, I think it's time to step away. And as soon as I started stepping away, I feel like was in the process of that. I feel like that's when people really were starting to get angry with me. And I was like really confused. I guess they thought, oh, he's going to get away with everything now that he's no longer talking about drama.
Right. Yeah. My only other recommendation, which I will also mention in the video, is so yeah, stay off the fucking the Discord and don't play Smash Bros. With kids, probably. That's probably the two recommendations I have.
I haven't played Smash Brothers with people on Discord in like forever. Like,
yeah.
I just started doing that when I first started my Discord, but then I, was like, I had a roommate a little later, and me and him played Smash, and then like, you can play Smash online with people, and I just don't know how everything went to shit for me, because you brought this up yourself. You think I'm the least bad out of like Birdie, Cine, Kumo, and the others. And
well, I don't know who's the others. Who's the others? Because out of Birdie, Cine, Kumo, yeah, for sure, you're probably the least bad out of them. But who's the others?
I guess forget it. What I said about the others, just
Right.
those three. The four, of course, you're not going to do a video on Goblin Girl. No one cares.
Yeah, romantic Goblin is literally just a footnote in your video. That's about it.
Yeah, but like
Right.
when it comes to like what I feel insulted by is, I agree with you. Granted, I'm biased because like it's in favor of me, so of course I'm biased. But what shocked me was just how much it blew up, like how quickly, and like the amount of videos, how everything was spinning around me. And I thought if it happened a little bit sooner, like one year ago before it happened, when I had a lot more goodwill, I think I could have handled it pretty easily.
I don't think
but
so.
there is a reason this drama blew up. Okay, it is, and there's also a reason why my fucking video is like fucking the longest I've ever made. It's because like day after day, especially if you're watching this live at the time, it was just day after day of just like crazy fucking shit happening with every single person involved in this drama, and it was all circling you, and you just like kept getting involved in these ridiculous situations and have all these fucking crazy social interactions. So it's a captivating story, I must say.
I guess so. I guess so, because I didn't expect Templeton to get canceled. And he kind of like pulled himself back up, but like
yeah, he's still like collabing with people in the community from what I've seen, but I do criticize him a bit in the video.
No, that's fine. I don't really like it.
Criticized him, but didn't we reach out to him as we clearly saw.
Guy either, but I really just want to have at least one more chance. Like,
Dog, it's kind of crazy because like you keep being like, I just want one more chance. I just want one more chance. Dog, yours and Hippleton's agreement in Hippletopia was he wouldn't cover you really unless you made more commentary stuff. Which you could say that's a gay agreement or not, right? Whatever, right? If that's an agreement that you agree with, whatever. That's not the point. The point is Hippleton said he would cover it if he made another drama video. Then he made the other Cine video, and then Jar got pissed that he covered that. That was literally their agreement. Hippleton followed through, and Jar got pissed that Hippleton followed through with the agreement. Why? Probably because it made him look like a dumb fuck. Okay? It made Jar look like a stupid fucking idiot. So it's just stupid. Just fucking idiotic. That's like the main reason why that bridge burned. So it's like when he keeps like, just desperately like clapping his hands together like I just want another chance. Please. Just for me. You've had several chances over the span of this year. All right? Like you've been thrown a lot of bones, all right? You just not processed the bones being there, lol. You're just lagging, lol.
Just to make drama content again, just to chat with people again.
You ain't got the pass for me, but whatever. Like I'm not gonna be able to single-handedly stop your career. So if you want to make drama content, you do that, I guess. But that is explicitly what the whole message of my video is. I think you actually do cause harm if you're making drama content. Whereas like if you're doing like reviews and shit, I actually can't see how that can cause harm. So like if you get a bad take on Star Wars, Acolyte, or whatever, or it's not gonna hurt anyone.
Well, I agree with that.
Can you do Hippleton's Chonkler voice? No.
Why, I don't think I could ever do that. I'm referring to your fucking tweet, Agent Nibbles. Alright, thank you for the $2 dono. Thank you very much for that one. Anyways, I'm gonna move on now. So fuck you.
That's why I started like moving towards it. It's just, I think I've talked to you enough. My laptop's almost dead.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, you have a good day, Lord Crust, and
thanks for having this conversation. It is much appreciated. As I said, like the only credit to do so.
Yeah, well, that's because I'm not a pussy like the others.
Okay.
Or maybe I'm an idiot.
I mean, either or. But there wasn't really too much.
You're not a pussy? Jar, friend of the channel, hop on live. I've heard that you're not a pussy. Come on in. Fuck.
Said in this, but yeah. All right, I'll see you later.
Bye.
And that concludes that call. Dude, someone said I'm still on it. OMG, how did we miss the line? That's what I'm saying. Dude, I'm just not a pussy like the others, man. I wish. Valgy joins the chat. Please don't tell me he does. Fuck. Dude. I mean, that definitely... See, I just genuinely feel like it's crazy to think, right? It's crazy to think that this call was only posted like 9 days ago, but took place in December, right? So this is still like a semi-recent call, right? If you told me this call was from like over a year ago, I'd be like, you know what? Yeah, that sounds like him. But it's just like a year has passed, and he's just not fucking really budged on any of his stances. He just doesn't fucking get it. It's kind of depressing, actually. He just really doesn't fucking understand why. But yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think. Who else is live right now? Because, like, that was, like, mainly what was on the docket for today. Oh, Himpleton. Yeah. You know what? All of you guys, call him the Bunkler. He really loves being called the fucking Bunkler. Okay? Dude, say hi, Bunkler. Okay? He would love that. But yeah. I think it was crazy. We're definitely going to be going over some of the Spurg tent from their Evil Sinister 6 GC that comes out soon. Maybe not the next stream, but definitely sooner than later, because that sounds like it's going to be a very fun fucking time. All he had to do was own that he was a cutter. Yeah, dude, you're still on that, bro? Send a link, please. I'll send you a link after I'm done. But yeah, you guys take care. You guys stay safe.